felt bad, dude. I thought about the rest like 3 times last night. I was like, man, fuck, dude. She's like, what? I was like, that dude, like, because I wasn't trying to screw anybody over, but then at some point it falls into the don't go drinking if you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a fine line of having a budget and thinking you catch a deal versus all of a sudden, shit, this is more than I thought it was. So,
dude, what are you doing shots in the middle of the fucking day for, though? That's the question.
well, this is probably post 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So he was thinking he was getting like an early start on the night, and unfortunately it was over.
Green tea shots.
I don't know what they are. A couple people asked me, they're like, "What is it?" I was like,
"No, I mean,
honest,
I'm saying they're good. They taste good." I'm like, "Who the fuck's just like, yeah, I'm just doing shots on?" Like, I don't know.
I overheard the bartenders explain, and the part I overheard was the green tea and the white tea are the exact same thing, except the green tea is made with Jameson and the white tea is vodka. But whatever makes the rest of it, no fucking clue here. I was just hawking them all day. Those are mimosas.
When do you earn your bar key?
I think I just have to take way down the road. As far as like
you get knighted with it.
Yeah. They hit you on the shoulder with it.
How wild has it been at night in the weekends at Deep? Because this is your second weekend, right, Bart? Running the door at Crowdis.
Yeah,
Deep Ellum?
I did it 2 to 8 this weekend, which was holiday weekend. So I don't think they usually open at 2. Don't quote me on that, but so it really wasn't bad. It was fun, other than kind of standing out in the sun the last couple of days. A little more foot traffic. There's an arts festival going on Saturday, so a lot of people out, but a lot of people with kids, and just automatic. You can't even come in here kind of thing. The weekend before that, it was fun. It was still kind of close to that last shooting where that guy died. So they were saying, it's a little slower than it should be, but it'll pick up. And it looked, as far as nighttime, this weekend after I left, it looked like it was real busy. I know Jetty popped in there
for real
the night we hung out. It looked awesome. I would have liked to get back down there, but we just, by the time I got off at 8, go home, shower, change, relax. I'm done.
It just seems like a shit show to be there in the middle, like on a Saturday night when the streets get blocked off and you're having to deal with all those people. And
dude, we had a good time on Main Street that night, in just downtown Dallas on Main Street.
I'm telling you that.
I mean, I've always seen those bars, and I feel like they've always been packed back in the day, like just as like kind of like Deep Ellum was, but
one of the chicks
it was just super chill. There was no one in that bitch at like 1.
One of the chicks that worked at Ferris Wheelers when we did the bike night there for a minute during the shutdown in Dallas proper, she bartends at the Pumpernickel or whatever, the old Scarlet Pumpernickel Tavern. She's there a few days a week. I see on Instagram. So that's like I said, it's a real chill bar. I love it. The upstairs is badass.
Spots available out front. I just backed my bike right in.
It is surprisingly easy for bike parking. Every time I've been there on a bike, you can always park right there. It's like people don't jam it all up like Deep Ellum where it's just inches between the cars.
I mean, it seems like there used to be some bars down there that were fun to do, like in downtown proper, but man, this shit goes through waves, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like right now it's just so crazy in Deep Ellum, and
people are trying to go to the outside shit.
Dude, even like when we were walking, me and my wife were walking around there yesterday, Sunday, after eating lunch, I was just like, it's just seedy down there a little bit. Like walking down the Main Street Main Street in Deep Ellum. I guess because I'm so used to going to bike night, we just go straight to bike night, and every once in a while we might do Terry Black's barbecue or fucking Hattie B's, and then that's it. I don't do shit else in Deep Ellum. But I don't know.
I get a lot of those where I've been getting, especially the last 2 days working during the day. Hey, man, we're looking for some food. Where's a good place to eat? And I can tell them the taco stand that I don't actually know the name of, and I'm not positive they're open right now.
Deep
right
Ellum
over
tacos.
here. And I said, other than that, it's pretty much Angry Dog. I'm like, man, I don't really eat a bunch of places down here. I don't know what to tell you.
Angry Dog fucks. It always has.
Yep.
And I'm one of those that when I get asked that question, I always kind of freeze. Like if you didn't ask me, I could have written down probably 8 places, but on the spot, I'm like, oh.
McDonald's?
Yeah, I can barely think of one.
7-Eleven's got some good pizza.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. This is the first like Quaint Zone we've done since before the camp out, I believe. I don't think we did one after one, right? After the camp out.
I believe we call that BC.
Cut this guy's mic off.
The dad jokes.
It feels like it's been a minute. I feel like
we've been busy, dude. It's been a solid fucking rush trying to get ready for this trip that we're all taking here in a couple days. Next to doing podcasts, I mean, both you guys helped out a lot this month with podcasting. I had a ton of shit to paint. Like I said, we were just talking about you working at the bar because, that's been an opportunity for you to make some extra cash and getting ready for this trip. And, yeah, I haven't even been to bike night in like 2 or 3. I think it's been 2 weeks almost, if I'm honest. So
I think I've been pretty good on them. I did swing by. Last week was the rain one, right? Where it was like you, me, and Marcus. It was raining yeah. So I went last week, but it was, like I said, on the way to Crowdis. I think I worked at 10. And other than that, I think I've been pretty good. But it's been one of those where I haven't.
Yeah.
A couple of nights I've been trying to worm my way out of it, and I think Kyle's actually probably been the one going, nope, I'm going. So if he
last
can drive
week
like
it
40
rained,
miles
right?
to go, I can go 1.2 fucking miles.
Well, I guess we can, since we're talking about bike night, we're, for one, we technically have, I believe, someone could probably fact check me on this, even though I have the computer. I think we're the longest running bike night in Deep Ellum ever.
I would probably say so. I don't know what Reno's has put on as far as like the old school days, but I doubt it was anything
wasn't
crazy
consistent.
like this.
Yeah,
I think there's more club shit down there.
Yeah.
Just
so
there's a meeting spot for that.
With that being said, like, we've been doing the bike nights. We started them at Anvil, which is right around the corner from Reno's. And then
so sad. Have you looked at it lately?
Yeah, it sucks.
There's like homeless dudes that play music out in front of it.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Sounds like
it is.
Anvil.
Yeah, but no, it's like just with the paper and shit, the elite for lease sign. It just looks the epitome of rundown.
I think it says Ville Pub on it too.
It kind of looked.
They lost the A on it.
It looked like a nicer dive bar when we were there.
Yeah,
it never looked run
sure.
down, and it just looks.
It's an old blacksmith shop. It always looked cool.
Yeah, it looks. I don't know, just
sad, I'm pretty
squat,
sure
dude.
something will happen there soon. But at the same time,
FASTLIFE Studios.
I couldn't afford that place. I heard what it cost to get a bar, or like I heard what rent costs down there for places. It's fucking insane. Yeah. It's like $8,000 for rent in one of those places down there, and that's if you have a bar, it's like $30,000.
So yours wouldn't be a bar though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like that's the swing.
It's actually, we could probably swing it with just a nonprofit. It's called.
I'm trying to make profit, bro.
Well, no, dude, don't say it on the microphone. we do that as a
BLM over here.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Trying to buy me a mansion, bitch.
Trying to get that oil,
like the dead baby fund or something like that, like.
But
something that really tug at some heartstrings.
We've, like I said, we've been running it consistently. We did have to kind of alter it a little bit through the pandemic because of bars being shut down and things like that. But Reno's has been a solid place. We've got a great bartender there. Dolly's been helping us out for the last going on a year and a half now, I believe. And so now we've had the North Texas T-Bars has kind of been the thing that we've been using as the bike night under. But we've decided to kind of rebrand this whole thing and just call it T-Bar Tuesdays, Dallas, if you will. I don't know. Did we ever decide on that, whether we're going to do?
Yeah, no, it's all booked and logged in. The page is made. It's just ready to start posting. And, yeah, just all together, T-Bar Tuesday Dallas.
Yeah. And so the concept is, with like the growth of the HTX Dyna Crew, which is now the HTX Block Party, the kind of bike nights they've been hosting. We're just trying to kind of rebrand everything and find a way to just put more into the bike night and create some larger ones. Whether or not, like, we'll still have the weekly bike night like we have been doing, but we're going to try to gear up for like a couple big ones every year to kind of, mimic, I guess, what HTX Dyna or HTX Block Party's doing now. I think even DFW Dyna Crew has got something similar that they're doing too. So, yeah, we're just going to try to take it to the next level and put a little bit more effort into it, a little bit more curation to the page, things like that. So probably won't be much until we get back from this trip, but we're going to hit the ground running pretty hard in July with the page, with the bike night and all the shit going on down there. So looking forward to that shit. I don't know, you stoked about it or what?
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a new chapter and everything for sure. I think a big positive thing with it, kind of like I said, being a rebranding. Maybe there's guys that if you've ever felt you're too new, or these guys already know each other, or whatever. I know what that's like looking from the outside, looking in, and after finding not knowing anybody, looking in and going, oh man, it looks like these guys have just been friends for years, and finding out, no, these guys have been hanging out for a couple months, which that's turned into now. There's obviously everybody knows that there's a core group of us that have been hanging out for years, but man, I mean, there's so many examples of people coming in within the last year that are awesome and have become staples of what we do and kind of who we are, that it's not, this isn't a club. There's the books aren't closed. There's not a, what do you call it, a prospect period, other than just showing up consistently to the local events like bike nights and some of these things that we want to do, and hanging out with people and talking to people and showing people that you are cool. And that's really the only way.
The main thing is, like, the way that events take place is by people showing up to them, right? So if you complain about, like, not having things to do in your town, you always got to think to yourself, like, well, what are you doing to help it? Maybe someone else put on the event, you know what I mean? Well, go support it so it can have legs, you know what I'm saying? If you I understand that everybody can't make every bike night, everybody can't make everything, period, every event, every ride, everything, right? But, man, just try. Just try to do as much as you can, and just think of it as what you're putting back on the table to help the scene of your area out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you're, to expand on that, if you're a little further out where you're, maybe you're not in Plano or somewhere that's right here in the Dallas area, be that guy that goes from your area, the first, the Cody Bean, so to speak, that go have a good time and come back and tell your dudes where you're from. And that's how 1 turns into 3, and 3 turns into 5, and 5 turns into 8. And like I said, it starts somewhere, and it starts with somebody. So
if you think about this too, a lot of people that are riding the type of bikes that we have, and first off, you don't have to ride the type of bikes we have to come to bike night. You can ride wherever the fuck. But if you're looking for people that are into this type of shit, like, it's there. It's at that bike night. It's at what we're now calling T-Bar Tuesdays Dallas at Reno and Deep Ellum. So to me, it's like, if you want to be around it, you want to get to know what's going on, what the scene's like, or what, see some of these parts in person, or meet some of these guys in person, or just whatever, man. Like, you might be the next raddest dude in the DFW Metroplex, and nobody's gonna know until you bring your ass out. You know what I mean? And the best part is, like, what I love about bike nights is that bike nights is a place for you to show, you to be, for people to get to know you. Like, your bike could be the baddest motherfucker in Dallas, but you could be a douchebag. You know what I mean? And we're going to find that out real quick. And, hell, you might not like any of us. So we're going to find that out too.
And you may not like us, but you know what? You may meet another dude that you do like. Mm-hmm. And there's been more friendships and things that have started and then kind of grown from dudes that have literally met at bike night. And now they kind of do their own thing, or they still come to the bike night stuff. But I've seen the trips that have taken and the weekends that have been spent together. And honestly, friendships that have expanded past bikes, where people are doing family things and birthday parties and that kind of stuff. So, like I said, the bikes are just a conduit. Again, we beat the drum to death, but it's more than likely you're not going to be disappointed. I doubt very seriously you're going to come and go, well, that sucked. Let me find something else to do with my life. I mean,
buy a jet ski.
Go buy a jet ski if that's the case.
Well, no, I'm excited. I mean, it's kind of bad timing that we decided to do this, but it's better now than never. So, like I said, we're all going out of town. But at the same time, we're going to start really trying to kick up the content on the page. So, with hopes it'll be a much more immersive Instagram that kind of will relay a lot more of what bike night's like, and there'll be a lot more interaction on a weekly basis. You'll know about bike night quite a bit ahead of time, and I just want to make it a fun place that kind of represents this fucking world that we got. That's pretty rad. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely,
stoked about it. But yeah, guys, we got some shit, dude. I think this is the biggest trip we've ever taken. We're about to go on.
Yeah.
I mean, Maine last year was a pretty wild one, but I don't think it was as many miles as we're about to do on this trip.
No, yeah, we were just under $5,000 last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like 47 maybe, 45 even. I don't even know. But this one was good. We're hitting over 5, right?
I believe. Yeah, I believe it's over 5.
I've done the math, and I believe I don't have it right now, but I believe it's over 5.
Because, I mean, from here to, like, San Francisco is 1,700 miles, and I think it's another 600 or so miles up north before we even, like, get to like Washington. So with that being said, you know, that's over 2,000 miles there, and then all the in between here and there. Yeah, I think we'll definitely be over 5. If not, we'll be right under it for sure. But I think it's over 5. But I'm stoked, man. Bike's prepped. What have y'all been doing? Is the bike's ready? How's y'all shit?
I got mine shit together yesterday.
So you ended up doing a tour pack on the on yours, right?
Yeah, on the Softail.
Did you ever post any pictures of that shit?
I haven't got any really good ones yet. That's my problem. Is I never take good pictures, and I don't really have like if I do it in my garage, it looks like shit.
Yeah.
I just do like a story post maybe here and there, but I haven't done like a good picture of it. It looks pretty decent on there with the Sport Glide bags. I think color matching it would be way better, but as far as like practicality, it should be pretty good.
Is the last picture you posted from 83 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Is it the one of us at Born Free?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
The only reason I posted that one is because Jaden tagged me in it.
He's a big story guy.
I think that's the case, man. It's just everything's story worthy. It's not really post worthy.
I'm kind of the same
I'm too
way.
critical now at this point. I don't know. And then again, I don't know. A lot of my shit's reshared. Even my story stuff, a lot of that's reshared. So I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. But as far as the bike, I'm just tired of fucking packing and unpacking a duffel bag every time you got to put it on the fucking bike on a sissy bar and strap it down right, and then you miss the strap so it fucking leans over at a 45-degree angle when you're halfway down the road.
The tour pack doesn't look bad on the fucking on the lowriders, man.
Nah.
Like if you have the Sport Glide bags on there, it really does sit nicely.
Exactly. Like just the back of their like slimline kind of hard bags. It'll look way better on the ST, I think, just because they have the wider front fairing, but it's still like it works.
Yeah.
It doesn't like completely throw off the look of the bike. So, but I'm just stoked to have openable, lockable containers to fuck with all my shit with.
So, your bike was down for the last like 6 months essentially because you chromed the wheels, you chromed. What all did you chrome on that bike?
Wheels, foot pegs, the master cylinder, calipers,
the whole handlebar setup,
all my elite levers, all that stuff. But yeah, basically everything that needed to be chromed on the bars it's completely done now. And then the Öhlins reservoir adjustment knob, and just those little trinkets here and there that needed to be chromed. And then I got a set of Arlen Ness hot legs for the lower fork lowers, and then some Öhlins Nix 22s and some 2-over tubes on it.
Did you? Because you were talking about trying to raise it in the rear for all the weight on the back on this.
Yeah. I think it's good now. I got the trees or the forks sucked up in the trees pretty like an inch. I think I got 2/2s, but they're only sitting like an inch over because of the rear Öhlins shock only goes up to 13 inches. So I think max on the low riders or on the Softails in generals is 13.5 before it hits a little bump stop that you got to shave down. So I think that might be the next thing I do is shave that down, and not even just to get like cool guy clearance, but just to level the bike out a little bit better and I guess give me some clearance, but put it at like 14 in the back and
that's nice. Yeah,
use all my tube in the front. So it'd be nice to have it done before the trip, but I don't. That's a lot to fuck with.
Yeah, you're leaving Thursday, right? What time are you leaving?
We're leaving like noonish. I think we're gonna kind of slowly meeting at noon.
Kinda
Me, Jaden, Franz, and then Cody and the boys out there. I think really the rest of us, right? Besides you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So, you guys are all meeting in Decatur.
I think we're just gonna play that one by ear. It just kind of depends where everyone kind of converges. I think that'll be the easiest way for everyone coming from East, West, and Dallas to just kind of all meet at one location off 281, right?
287.
7.
Yeah.
I don't know those numbers.
Yeah. I was about to bust your balls, but I'm the worst about it too.
Yeah. Okay.
281's actually one of the very few that I actually know because it's the
that goes
way
south.
to go to San Antonio. It's
maybe that's why
I just 35.
Maybe that's why I think it's just 281 all the way north as well. That's why.
Yeah. So I think I got all the painting I have to get done. So painted. I just finished Chance's bike today. I'm waiting on the handlebars from Thrashing. Gonna throw those on there tomorrow, and then his bike's ready to pick up. And so his is the new Lowrider ST. Honestly, not like one of the biggest. I got one right now. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to like stop painting so much is because I hate painting RT fairings. They're like the worst fairing in the world to paint. And this new lowrider fairing is like such a pleasant thing to paint. It's so like I could do it with a smile on my face because it's easy to clear coat because it doesn't have any deep ass pockets in it.
Right.
It's all nice and dude, it was a nice experience. I'm pretty excited about the bike.
You heard that, guys? You got a new lowrider ST? Get in those DMs. He loves painting them.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'd be able to do it, but no, it was a great. It's cool. Like I'm pretty excited. I got it all together. I feel like it still needs some more accessories on the bike to really tie the whole bike together. But I'm pretty excited about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's going to look good. It was crazy because I think I was telling somebody I was final clear coating it Friday. I believe I was telling you and Jacob when y'all were here. I was final clear coating it and I was about to go online and just put the post out and go, hey, is this the first ever custom painted lowrider ST? Like just kind of put it out there as a question because I don't know. There might have been someone else that did one. And then right when I opened my Instagram app, San Diego Customs had their painted one. It was the first photo. I'm like, fuck, man. So it answered my question, but at the same time, it was dope. No, it's real clean. I think it's one of the Hot Dog painted it. It's really dope. Really clean bike. Their bike's completely done in. Exhaust, swing arm. They did the whole fucking nine to that thing. So
They're pretty quick about theirs, though.
well, I mean, I think they've had not to downplay it at all, but I think they've had that bike since it came out. And Chance got his 2 days before the camp out, rode it from North Carolina to the camp out, and then from the camp out here and dropped it off. So I've only had the bike for 3 weeks. So, you know, all we could really do is kind of like basic stuff like bars and paint. And the paint was even hard to pull off in that time frame as well. So, pain in the ass. But stoked about it.
Yeah. No, it looks good. I mean,
Yeah.
He's going to be stoked about it, yeah. Looks great.
I think it will.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I still have – I got one more podcast. I got to put the Jacob podcast out Wednesday because that'll be the first. I got to pay bills. You guys know, and I think most people on the podcast know, I'm going to be on the road for the whole month. So I like trying – my whole life, I've never been on the road this long. So everything's like – I'm over prepping for the what if, like how is this going to happen? Like how, you know, pay all the bills up front, making sure I have enough money, like I don't even know what it's going to cost like for me to eat for a whole month. Just, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to find out a lot about my habits this month. I think like how much money I spend on like just food because that, you know, with just food and gas and like all these like basic things, not like in between like paint materials and all that other shit that I
Get
spend.
that J special. Bring a cooler and get those Chili's 2 for $20s for yourself.
I don't eat leftovers. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I just changed the oil today. I went to hang him high on Saturday, and he did a flash on my thundermax. It's not. I think a lot of people know about it. Some of the older, there was some maps that came out that had like a compression release situation where it wasn't completely opening it or something like that. There's a firmware update that solves that or whatever, and so I had to go get that done. So I went to hang him high, did that shit for me, and I bought some oil for the bike. So far, everything's on my bike seems legit, ready. I got a new foam mount I'm pretty stoked about on there, which it's fucking weird that I'm like stoked about a phone mount, whatever, but you know, it is what it is. Running the tour pack on this trip, which I haven't done yet. Not a fan of the way my bike looks with a tour pack, but this is like the easiest way to run it. And then if I get somewhere cool, it's the easiest thing to take off the bike real quick and then have the bike the way I like, and then I can take pictures of it. So it's packed the fuck out as it is. Podcast equipment, camera equipment, a whole bunch of GoPro shit. Planning on trying to do some YouTube videos on this trip. Like, hey, guys, I'm fucking Jason. I'm riding around, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. Not like on my helmet cam, but just, you know. I don't know. I feel like we have such a fucking good time when we do our trips that I want to find a way to capture it with actual dialogue to put out some kind of, like, series of videos on the course of our trip. The 15 days I'll be riding with you guys, and then the other 14 days I'll be riding back to California and doing podcasts. So I hope I can get something, man. I hope I can make some kind of video out of it because I feel like this is going to be an epic ass trip. I've never been on the road this long before. The longest I've ever been on the road is like 14 days. And so I usually get homesick as fuck around 12. So I'm it's going to be a weird one for me. You know what I mean? I've not gone that long without having sex with my wife.
Yeah.
So a lot of jerking off.
Got a whole bottle of Jerkins.
There we go.
How many polos are you able to fit in your tour pack?
How many what?
Polos.
Polos? Man, I didn't even think about it. I might need to bring one.
You should get the cool guy active wick polos. The dad polos. I heard they pack up real tight.
That's too much airflow for me, brother. It's that high flow shirt.
So, a lot of what you said about being nervous and everything, I'm the same way. As far as the bike, just go ahead and pull back the full curtain. There's a few people that know, not a ton of people. So the bike got stolen about a month ago. I think the 24th was when Big Trouble was here, the night Big Trouble and Justin were on the podcast. Got stolen that afternoon. 2 days later, I got laid off at work. The industry I'm in, unfortunately, it happens every now and then. It's not the first time I've done it. It's a market thing. Things go up and down, and it was just a numbers thing. I got a nice little severance, and I had the choice to make immediately find another full-time gig and miss this trip because I don't think anybody's going to be able to hire me on and then go, oh, yeah, by the way, you're good to go for three weeks, within 3 weeks of being hired. And then, also it put me in the very peculiar, I've always worked, I've always made money, and as far as the bike being stolen, it really wasn't even that big of a punch in the gut. Like I've talked about it, I've told people it really wasn't even so sentimental about the bike. But the timing of it couldn't have been worse because it left me in a spot where all of a sudden I don't have employment, hence I can't go buy a new bike. Otherwise, I would have already one-way ticketed up to Milwaukee. Like I don't need insurance to pay this bike out to have been able to buy another one.
Yeah. If
my job was continuing and my paychecks were coming in and everything like that. So unfortunately, it left me in a spot where I'm unable to buy a bike, and hence the whole trip was in jeopardy. Real bad, like a super, super low time for me, just personally. But like I said, I'm on record for saying I feel like I won the lottery with meeting you guys at the bike night and all that stuff, and it extends to basically Jacob San Roman. If you don't know him, he's one of the best dudes in the world. He came down. He's got a situation where he's got his lowrider. He was about to buy a new bagger, so he's got a bike that's ready to go. He's got it serviced. It's good to go, and I'm borrowing the bike for the trip. I was jumped on Progressive today. I got it insured. He's got it insured. We're all good there, and he's literally loaning me a bike to do a 5,000-mile trip on.
That's dope.
The thing about the thing about that is literally any guy in this 8-group trip that's going, I feel like would have done the exact same thing. It just happened to be Jacob had the best.
I wouldn't have.
Jacob had the best solution as far as the bike that's ready to go and that kind of stuff. And I don't even know, man. I'm borderline getting emotional right now just talking about it. So that being said, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. As I've already done my budget, bills paid through July. Mm-hmm. So technically, I don't need to really worry about anything until August. I've picked up the side gig at Crowdis. I absolutely love it. It's something that Cody Walker, a big shout out to him, did me a solid, when it looked like it would just be for about 2 weeks before the trip. But, dude, I love it. And apparently I haven't fucked up bad enough that they want to get rid of me yet. So I'm going to continue to do it when I get back while I'm looking. And then once I do actually pick up a new full-time gig. And, yeah, man, I feel, knock on wood, fairly secure financially wise with the planning we've done up front. The financial part I've already double checked with James, and my bills are all paid through July, and I have sufficient money to take the trip and feel comfortable on. And that puts me at the next step where we've talked about it. We've probably got one more final talk to do about it, but there's a potential that I may tag along with you the last part where you break off and actually I don't know how much help you'll need with it, not being in the actual studio. It might be just sitting around or whatever, but I may tag along and do some podcasts and just see some people in Southern California. It's one of those things I look at trying to pull something positive out of what could have been a real bad situation, and what is a shitty situation. It's never good when you lose your job, but I've got a time right now where I have no master. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like my bills are paid. I'm good to go. So what's that one? Chances are until I get real old, I won't have a chance to do a solid month to be gone June 1st to July 1st. Why not take it? If I don't overspend, if I don't have a couple bad nights or I spend more money than I should, and I'm good to go, do it. You've got nothing to do when you get back except work and make more money.
I pretty much have both of us covered all the way up until 3 days before Born Free on a place. Like I have like in NorCal, you're good to stay with me. The only place I was probably going to be getting a hotel room that I'm actually concerned with is Monterey, because we land there on a Saturday, and that's like a fucking tourist destination.
Yeah.
And my favorite hotel is like $400 fucking a night, and so, but the problem is like you either there or you're like in the shithole. Like a $150 hotel that night is like, but it's such a fucking fun ass town. You know what I mean? Especially if you're just ripping through for the night and then out the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got NorCal covered. I got LA covered because Britta's aunt said you could stay in Venice with us. But from Wednesday until Born Free, that's the only one I don't know about, because I'm still on the fence on my own spot for that one. So
yeah, and I think you guys came to the pool that day and we started talking about it, and I actually jumped on the Graham or whatever, a couple dudes I fuck with in California. I called Joe Kidd, and I feel actually pretty confident that between him and I know I can't say his place, he explained his situation, but between dudes, he mentioned, I was like, wait a minute, I know that
over
guy.
Covered. Like, we have more than enough places to stay in NorCal, which we're good there. It's just the SoCal. When we get towards the Temecula, Riverside, out there towards Born Free, like, West LA, like towards Venice, like when we first get into LA, like that's all covered. It's just towards Born Free.
I'm kind of looking forward to, if I end up pulling the trigger and doing it, I'm looking forward to let's see if we can make this work. Let's see if this network that I think I've gotten or whatever, let's see if it actually pays off. And I'm actually confident it will. That's why I'm really not worried about it.
Joe Kidd had a Tahoe you could have stayed in the back of, but he done cut the back ass off, the end of it off. So.
Wake up with some homeless dude fucking me in the butt.
Yeah, you're going to pay someone to do that, I thought. Have me one of them freedom rings, baby.
So, yeah, as far as the trip, looking forward to it. But it's not like any other trip I've ever had before, where
me either.
From having 3 weeks off, easy breezy. I'm getting paid while I'm there. I'm coming back.
Yeah,
it's just business as usual. So now it's, when I get back, it's look for a full-time gig and just kind of hit reset. Which again, fresh start. Looking
double
forward to
down
that,
on the adulthood shit.
Exactly. So
for me, this whole thing, like this experience, like it all came down to this because I needed to go to California anyway to do podcasts this year. And this just made more sense to consolidate it into 1 month instead of breaking it off and then coming back and, just dragging it out longer. So, but the other thing for me, it's like I was telling you, I get homesick pretty quickly. But at the same time, for me, this is an opportunity to see if I truly do want to be on the road that long. Not saying that I want to do some Scooter Tramp Scotty shit and be completely, living on my bike or anything like that, but to say that you've been on a bike for an entire month, like that's an experience and whatnot that I think will help me define myself more as to what I do want out of motorcycles, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I might hate it. I might love it. I feel like I'm going to be kind of in between, where there's parts I'm going to love. There's parts I'm going to really miss home, miss obviously my kids, my wife, and, my work. Like that's the other thing. Like when I'm not at work for a while, I miss it. I miss like that creative process of being in the shop doing something. So, I don't know. It's a lot of fucking question marks in the air for me on this one.
And I feel the same way, and that's why I want to do it. I mean, truth be told, I really want it to work out, and I'm hoping it works out where I can do it, and I do it because, like I said, there's a big unknown, but there's parts of it that I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to being to getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's nobody can ever, you ride a 1K in a day or in 24 hours, or nobody can ever take that away from you. You're not the only one to do it, not the first one to do it, but nobody can ever take it away from you. And it's kind of the same thing. How many people can say they've been out on the bike for a month? I mean, when I mention it to people that aren't in our circle and don't fuck with, I mean,
even
you
in
should
our
see
circle.
the looks of like my cousin who's 10 years older than me, her and her husband. I explain our trips, and just the look of kind of confusion and is he fucking like what's the catch kind of thing. Like they just can't, they don't fathom it. And the same thing with the people I work with, and I don't know, man. I kind of take a weird pride in that. Like
well, like you just said, you made a good point there because if you think about it. Yes, there's a lot of people that's done the 1K in a day, the iron butt situation, right? But at the same time, there's also more people that haven't. So the people that have done it, even though the group is ever expanding and whatnot, it's still a very small group compared to the mass group of bikers that you'll see places. I mean, I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to, whether at bike night or have come through in passing in certain places, and they're just like, man, they're good for 400 miles in a day. And after that, they're over it. And I'm just like,
yeah, so am I, motherfucker. Trust me, I am too. But you find another gear, you dig a little deeper, you get comfortable being uncomfortable, and at some point, and trust me, I'm not succeed in life, goal guy, motivational.
I haven't even been recording this shit.
Motivational talk guy, but
Yeah.
you know what? It sucks for everybody.
It's on there, but it's not.
Right.
I was gonna put this on Patreon, but
that's like the just I don't know, the fucking mental health. Every day, life is hard.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier than it used to be. A lot easier, but life is fucking hard. The fact that you think it's every day is gonna wake up and be a day of spring break, dude, that's not.
Yeah,
that it's just not fathomable, and I don't know. So but you can't. I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. How many people can say that they've done that, been out on the bike for a month?
Like I said,
it's not like it's some King Kong shit I'm trying to do, but I don't know. It's something I want to be able to say.
Well, there is some kind of like bragging right aspect to it, but I think it's like I think we both.
But it's more a test to myself than it is like, oh, have you ever been out for it? No, I'm not doing it like that. But it's more like if I can do that, I know I can do a lot of other shit. Everything else seems a little easier.
Like I said, I like you just said too. I think it might be one of those like. The planets aligned and made it possible. Let's do it. Let's try it. And then, maybe in 10, 15 more years, once the career and everything backs down into like a more comfortable spot and you have that kind of time off, you're already like, yeah, I've done this before. I kind of know how it works. You know what I'm saying? Man, on some stupid level, I feel like I owe it to the dudes that don't have a bike, that want a bike, that maybe have a bike, but they can't get off work to do, you know what I mean? What's the different, like, I don't know, not that I don't know, but if I can do that and somebody can share a story and somebody else can kind of live through it, or because I've done that more times than I've put it out there for people to live through my shit, so be it, man. I hope I can be a little bright spot in your day where you're watching, oh, fuck yeah, man. Yeah, I think it'd be dope. But so, I mean, like I said, that's kind of like I guess, we were talking like what we were going to talk about in this podcast. That's probably the most excited and least excited thing I am about this trip. I'm excited about it, but I'm not necessarily. I'm also least excited about it because I know I'm going to, like I said, I know I'm going to miss my wife and I'm going to miss my life, right? What about the trip itself? Like, what are some of the things, like some of the stops that you guys are probably more, like, stoked about? Like, whether it's some roadside attractions that we've already been talking about in the chat or specific destinations that you've been wanting to see. Like, what y'all got?
Area 51, all the shenanigans that Jacob and all of us are going to get into.
I was going to say, anything Jacob suggests, I'm in for. Just honestly, by default on this one, but I would have been anyways. Jacob's real historical, so anything historical, especially if it's historical badass, like Western gunfighter or something cool, he's in, and I'm fucking in. So anything that he suggests, I'm super down for. And, man, I don't really have any other, as far as landmarks to hit, like the Route 44 sign or 66 sign or shit like that. You could probably call it just lack of research. I haven't looked into enough stuff to kind of nerd out, because I've done that before, and I found if you get excited about something and the group majority overrides it, then you don't do it, and then it kind of is like, why did I even do this? So just going with the flow, man.
That's always been that way.
Yeah,
I'm not even to like a laziness thing. It's just I I'm just ready for what the trip turns into, you know.
I feel like you've got a very go with the flow kind of attitude, and you always have on our trips. It's more like I think there's like Jacob's always been one to kind of find, like you said, those like spots that are fucking you know, like, dude, we got to check this out. This is a grave site. This is this site or a Forrest Gump site or something. But I mean, I don't know. I kind of envy you sometimes because like being that kind of spot where you're like, fuck it, I know we're gonna have a good time. I don't care. Like, just go with the flow kind of thing. I'm just we established on the last podcast I'm the most high maintenance one of the group. So
I started telling him about it when we were getting Quick Trip getting beer, and I was like, if you hadn't listened to it, I don't want to ruin it for you because it's gonna be funny when you just naturally when you get to it. But I don't want to ruin it for you. But yeah, it was a funny one.
Yeah, I just
wait. Am I that guy?
I'm the fucking high maintenance one.
Yeah.
Let me get one, Jaden.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to come from a place of laziness though. Of like, oh well, Kyle's not even like contributing as far as like where he wants to go and see all that stuff. I just think there's enough of us that are going, and then enough that actually want to see stuff that I'm just, I'm down for it, man. Like, I'm down. Anything you need help on though, like, hey, book this spot, you know, find this spot, do whatever.
You did. You booked something. You handled it. When I say laziness, I just meant on my own part. Like,
I'm the same way though.
I shouldn't have said laziness. Probably not the best word, but I haven't nerded out and gone, okay, we're going to Livermore. What's in Livermore? All right, like, what's in Gold Beach? Like, I haven't done that to see. To get a bunch
I don't
of
think
stuff.
I mean, there's fucking 8 of us. We don't all have to do that, you know. And I think it's good just to have the people that are genuinely like excited about seeing that stuff that I'm just in for. Like, I'm down to see all that stuff. I'm down to go run through Portland and just fucking take a bat, dude, and just smoke homeless people running down the fucking street and just dip out.
If we let me know if we're actually going to go through Portland, Oregon, because I will buy one of those flag things, and I will buy a Russia flag. And you know, if everybody buys like the Trump flags, I'll buy one for each side of the bike. One will just be Putin, and one will be Russia, and I'll do it just to troll people and make them mad.
No, if you want to make them mad, drive some Trump flags through there.
Well, touche. I feel like Ukraine's the hot thing. When you were talking about the dead baby thing, I was like,
grow some
wait, dead babies of Ukraine. That's an even better title if you're trying to garner sympathy right now.
If you just want to fucking troll people, there's a flag that's like,
I'm not a troll guy, but
no. I mean, there's like
joking about
there's a flag that's like, I think it's red, white, and black. I think is what colors are, but you could fly that one.
Yeah.
If you just want to burst someone's bubble going through Portland.
Hit up Steve for a Plex audio system real quick.
Yeah, just
play one of his speeches
Kid
as
Rock.
I'm rolling through the streets of downtown Portland. Hang, or that song that the dude, what's the guy in the van in American History X?
not singing it.
Come on, Kyle, just rattle off a bar or two.
Nah, you can go to Legion of Skanks and listen to Hate Speech to the Bear for that one.
That'd be funny. Oh, I think you know, like
I thought we were avoiding Portland. I
think we're gonna skirt around it because I think we're gonna be cutting through Hillsboro. I think we're gonna. I don't know. Like I said, this is something I suggested, but it's not. It's not on the table where everybody has to do it. But the guy I did the bike for, the Levitas Moto, that's building that carbon fiber Dyna, he's right out of there. And I was gonna stop and say hi to the dude, check out his shop and his bike and all that shit. And it's not going to be a long ride from where we're staying that day to White Salmon, where Bruce lives, where we're going to be staying, camping out and shit. So, you know.
I know we said earlier Bruce is the only guy that we've actually confirmed, like we're staying with or whatever, confirmed meeting up with. But they're like
with the Spokane and then the dude in Missoula, right?
Drew.
Yeah.
Those are guys I'm looking forward to that too. Guys that. As we get closer, they meet up, ride with us.
I got a homie. So, the FXR that I picked for last year's FXR show at Sturgis,
helmet, right?
Helmet. I got the helmet. I gave him the helmet and everything. He booked a night at the San Juan Inn to party with us.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah, it's so fucking dope. Like, because he just lives in Montrose, which is you guys did. You saw Montrose. That was the place where we stayed at. Yeah, you were with us.
Oh.
That was where we went to Chili's with Steve Chamberlain and all them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Where we went to Chili's and we thought we were doing some beer afterwards and all the beer store, or all the beer was closed.
Was it
and
the
shit.
night after Red Lodge?
No, this is the night after. This is the night.
before we met up with you.
This is when, because we rode from
Montrose to Steamboat, right?
we went from Steamboat all the way to Montrose.
Okay.
That was a long day, and that's where y'all split off. When you went back,
we split off in Breckenridge. I met back up with y'all.
We didn't stay in Breckenridge though. So when we split off in Breckenridge, y'all went towards the house. We went to Montrose.
Oh, but I thought you came. Oh no,
That makes sense.
You stayed with us because you were in Rio.
I'm there with you. I was.
Who went
I
home?
heard
Was it
Montrose. The
Jones?
name didn't click, and I thought we were talking about California.
Who went home on that? It was Jones, me,
Jones,
Kenny,
you,
and-
Kenny, Zach, Rob had already left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I stayed with Rob.
Bro,
at
we
that-
had squad on that trip, huh?
Yeah, that was a fun one.
It was badass.
That was a really good trip going through Yellowstone and all that shit. But yeah, so the homie's gonna come through and stay with us that night. There's no it's on the Indian reservation there, like by Monument Valley. So there's no liquor or beer anywhere. So we have to kind of get it coming in if we want to have anything to drink at that hotel or whatever. But fortunately, because we're gonna be staying in Amarillo the night before, it's gonna cut that day in half. So it's only gonna be a 600-mile day. So we should be able to make it there before the sun goes down, which will be dope because I might get to the hotel, drop the shit, and then go run down to Monument Valley to do some photos as the sun's going down personally, and then come back and get fucked up.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't know. By fucked up, I mean have a drink.
Yeah.
Just one.
Like we always do. We always just have a drink.
Like we always do at this time. But no, I'm excited. I'm honestly, I'm excited to start the trip, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's the way we're going through Nevada. I'm actually interested in going past Area 51 and some other stuff like that. Like I'm kind of interested in that because the only time I've ever ripped across Nevada was across 80, and that was the most boring thing ever. And I've been talking to some friends. We talked to FXR dude we just did a podcast with. Sean, right. So we talked to Sean. He was talking about the Highway 50, which is the loneliest highway in America. And I'm pretty excited. I've been watching YouTube videos about it. Like, there's a bunch of badass shit off that road. So I'm pretty excited about that. Like, this is the first time I've ever been excited about riding through Nevada.
Right.
If that makes any sense. So,
well, it's usually a cannonball run to fucking Cali for you.
yeah, just get the fuck through
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Which I've only done it a couple times from coming across through Salt Lake and shit. So, but no, the Mammoth, that's one of the stops on our trip, and we were talking about it earlier, we're kind of on the fence with that one because last time we heard, or the storm that just went through last weekend, it pretty much blanketed snow all the way through the mountains again, and it might be a little too shitty for us to stay there, but we'll see. Because that's day 3, I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Day
I don't know if
4,
we're breaking.
technically.
If we're fucking with cold, I'm like on purpose. Fuck.
Yeah, it's day 3 from the original itinerary, but are we still staying in Amarillo? Well, Amarillo is now going to be the 2nd, so we'll be in Mexican Hat on the 3rd.
Yep.
Okay, well then, yeah, if everything's the same after that, then Mexican Hat's technically will be the 4th night.
You said there's an alien-themed brothel right by Area 51.
I fucks with it.
I like aliens and I like pussy, but I don't know if I need to mix those two together. You know what I mean?
Whatever, until you see that one with 3 titties.
Like I like breakfast, I like tacos. When you mix those up, beautiful things happen. I don't know if I need that with aliens and.
What if that's the only way you can come from now on?
That's
Exactly,
true.
that's what I'm scared of. I don't want that.
It's gonna have a pussy and a dick and 3 tits.
A couple big
Jaden's gonna be
big
like
black
what the
eyes
fuck?
looking at me, big hollow.
They have nipples on.
I gotta be probed every time now.
Their eyes have nipples on them though, so you can play with them.
What do you think aliens look like?
I don't give a fuck.
But what do you think they look like?
It's fucking gay.
He's not playing your games.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think aliens look like?
You think they're like the little green men with big heads, or
Do you like lions or you like tigers? Fucking guy.
Oh, man.
No, I have no idea, dude. That shit's wild to me. Big,
I hope you get
tall
abducted
grays,
in
fucking
in Nevada.
reptilians, all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, his name's Hans.
Hello, my name is Hans. Hell yeah.
Hans
Um,
Gruber.
I don't know. I'm excited though, but yeah, Monument Valley. That's like one of those recharge places for
Is
me.
that the Forrest Gump place with the
Yeah.
rocks? Yeah.
Yeah, y'all haven't been yet, have y'all?
No.
Oh, dude, it's fucking epic.
Gotta do it. We gotta take
It's,
our pick. We'll try and make sure. I'll try and stay with Jay when he takes pictures this time. So he knows where the fuck he's going.
It's on my bike. I'm not doing any of those this time.
But then, like I said, you know what? I'm actually excited about riding the eastern part of the Sierras, which is Mammoth and all that stuff. I've never ridden in any of that area. There's a whole bunch of badass, like Jacob had pulled up some of the hot springs that are pretty much just pull up off the road and go.
That's everything you want in a hot spring, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like they never exist. You go to a place called Hot Springs, you got to pay to get in some fucking building. It's like, oh no, that water's just pumped in from a hot spring. It actually just looks like a YMCA gym.
Exactly.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Yeah, if we
give
can
me
find
some
some
fucking.
if we can find some natural hot springs,
I
I'd
want something
fucking,
with some
I'd
fucking
fucking
lily
alien
pads
in one of
floating in
those.
it and shit. Like, I want some cool shit. I want to feel like a goddess.
I just hope that like it's one of those. I mean, I'm basically wishing for gold here, but it would be dope to come up to a hot spring and there's nobody there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And just kind of have it to yourself for a little bit to be like, fuck, man, like this is like heaven sent right now. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be dope. Probably not gonna happen, but we'll see.
It'd be even cool if there was like 8 sorority girls that were just giant
Dude,
whores.
there's not.
Super horny. And yeah, dude, we love guys that are old enough to be our dads if they'd have had us when we were like when they were like 15. Come on, I'm your guy.
That's a setup, dude.
That one hits home.
That
Huh?
is a setup.
He's like, wait a minute.
Hey, you were asking what aliens look like? They probably look like that. That's how they probe your ass. Lure you in with some big ass titties. You're gonna be fucking
Alien
coming home with a
sirens.
new fucking.
They see all those Texas plates coming down the road. They're like, okay, these dudes, they like
got 'em.
steaks and
We got
titties.
'em.
Jaden came back to Texas with a new gender.
He just grew a pussy on the side of his neck.
Yeah, I don't know why they put it here.
If I grew up pussy, I'd just sit there and all day. I was just doing it.
Dude,
Hey, dude, lick my neck. Lick my neck real quick.
it's got a little,
We're at bike night and his fucking shirt's wet.
it's got a little landing strip that goes from his hairline.
Dude, I
down.
love your bike. Can you tell? I'm dripping over here.
I don't know why they put it here. The aliens are just like, oh, we put a pussy on his neck. What a fucking idiot.
So
You're
the alien,
you're season 3 of Pussy Neck.
what's so the aliens talk like the guy from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the
JT.
robot. I was trying to come up with something on the fly, yeah.
Oh shit, that'd be funny as hell. But yeah, I did want to. One of the main things I did want to do on this trip, but it looks like it's probably not going to happen, is ride the 120 across the Sierras over into like the Central Valley of California. But I think that's one of the higher passes across the mountains, and it's probably going to be blocked off with snow. So we'll probably have to go a little bit further north and then cut over, which is not going to be the worst thing because no matter what pass we're taking, it's not going to disappoint. But
Right.
that would be the only way we would be we would be able to be close enough to any of the spots that are real famous about Yosemite, like the fucking waterfall, the Dawn Wall, all that shit, or whatever the fuck. I don't know what they're called, but like the one that Alex Honnold climbed, free solo or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
El Capitan.
I've heard of that, but I don't know. I don't need to.
There's some pretty cool. There's a lot of like I guess it's Instagram famous spots for people.
I'm looking forward to my Larry moment this year. When we'll see some hill, I just go, nah, I'm good. I'll just not be in that picture. Y'all have fun though.
Dude, that time we walked up that hill on the top of Beartooth Pass to go take a picture up there was that was dumb.
That was what was like when we what was
When
that?
there was like the next turn had the highest point of the pass and you can just drive right up to it. Like, fuck.
Fandango. We were going by Enchanted Rock, and it was like
Oh,
Enchanted
yeah.
Rock, like 12 miles that way. And I was like, you know what? I've never been to Enchanted Rock. He's like, fuck it, me neither. So we took the turn. We went, drove up, see a big ass hill. People look like ants walking up it. And he's like, you want to go up? I go, fuck no. He goes, me neither. We did a U-turn in the parking lot and got out of
Dude,
there.
it was like 90 degrees out.
but
fucking big
guess
ass
what?
rock.
We've
Nah.
seen Enchanted Rock. My man.
Yeah, dude. We can knock it off our bucket list.
Fucking
I could
dorks up there
Picture
climbing.
myself up there.
We were so hungover.
Oh, yeah, that was the main thing, too.
Oh,
Nope.
Fandango's awesome.
Oh, fuck.
I think that was the last time we did the Quaint Zone was when y'all
Yeah, I
came
think
back
we,
from
like
that.
we came back.
Jeez, that's how things have changed just since then.
Right?
Yeah, it's fucking wild. But yeah, after that we're gonna be in NorCal, basically hanging out in the Livermore. I think we're gonna get a hotel in Livermore is where we're planning on staying. Livermore's a fun little town, man. I've had some good times there. They got like they got some nice little bars and brewery type things going on down there. I'm sure that some people from that area probably come out and hang out and shit, but
That'll be the shortest day since we've left. That'll only be a 300-mile day from Mammoth to Livermore.
Oh,
yeah.
Since we left. Okay, good. I saw a bunch of like 290s, 260s. I'm pretty excited about.
You know, it only gets progressively better as far as low mileage after that. The next day is 275. The next day is 226. The next day is only 177. And that's a hotel day in Newport, Oregon.
Yeah.
That's gonna be still. From once we leave Livermore, everything once we hit the bridge and get north past Bodega Bay will all be uncharted waters for me. So I'm pretty excited about all that, just riding the coast all the way up to Washington. I don't know. We weren't really planning on going all the way to Astoria. I think we were going to hit Newport and then cut over, I think. Is
Astoria the town from the Goonies?
I believe so. It's like right on the...
Yeah, I think it's in that little corner, right?
It's right on the border between Washington and Oregon, and there's supposed to be like some badass bridge that goes across there.
You know what?
We might have to hit it. I'm not saying we shouldn't or we can.
Right. We're just going to play in that one by ear, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Going up. Yeah, that's Astoria.
What is it from
Warrenton.
Newport to White Salmon where we're staying?
Let me check.
207.
Okay, so if we had an extra 50 to 100 miles, they ain't gonna fuck with our day that much.
Especially if we get a cool bridge.
Are we taking the 5 up at all?
No.
Because the 5 runs right through Weed, California. As dumb as that is, I wouldn't mind a sign with the...
Yeah,
with the
we're
city
missing
limits.
we're missing quite a bit of like central to west Oregon. I mean East Oregon.
that's California.
No, I mean just in general if we were to take the 5 up, but because we won't be hitting Bend, Oregon, we won't be hitting Crater Lake or none of that shit. It's a little bit all.
We're taking 101?
Taking the 1. I think it's like the 101 and the 1 kind of merge together in a couple spots.
Okay, yeah.
But the
Well,
one
in Oregon, it's all the 1. Or
Yeah.
101.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. What
Yeah, 101. Oh, we're zoning off on a map. Fuck. We had some other stuff on the list, right?
we were gonna. I mean, Is there anything else like about the trip other than like? I mean, we're at Oregon. Washington. We still got Idaho, which Idaho's a big mystery to me personally. Like I don't know much about it.
So that's probably my most excited. That's probably the state I'm most excited to see. Washington obviously has the coolness of it's like Maine. It's our corner state. It's technically the furthest away. That's awesome. I've always had like a real love affair with the city of Seattle for some reason. And so subsequently the whole state of Washington too. But man, I've been there. I'm looking forward to going to Idaho because Idaho is one of those states I think a lot of people just could never go to. You could easily miss it.
Yeah.
But I've also heard enough good stuff and how badass it is, just vegetation wise. Almost like a Vermont last year where we were like, dude, this is kind of like the crown. Like, y'all don't hype this shit up enough. Like, Vermont is badass. And some of New Hampshire, I feel like Idaho's that. Like, you've got some of the mountains, like, left over. And I'm really looking forward to just seeing it with my own eyes. Being able to say I'm there, hang out. And, yeah. That's my most.
That'll be cool.
Other than Bruce's, that's for the reasons I said earlier. Just being able to, I think he's going to, when I say roll the red carpet out, I'm not saying that anybody else to do it, but he's procured some fish and some mushrooms for us, and we're just going to have a very chill.
Portobello's.
Yeah.
Portobello's.
We're going to have a really fun night there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And other than that stop, Idaho is probably my most excited to, like, cross off the list.
Yeah, we got to give Bruce a shout out because he just finally decided to stop being a creeper on Instagram and finally, like, make a page.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'd always like, I'd post something and he'd be like, hey man, that bike looks good. You just painted. I'm like, what's your Instagram name, dude? He's like, I'm not on it. I'm
Just
not on
like
it.
it.
But it's
That's
waiting on parts. And I thought that was a pretty
I
good
think I saw
name.
it through your story, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is Bruce finally.
Yeah.
So I hit him with that follow. I don't know if he followed me back, but he doesn't have to. He's good either way.
Well, I was watching some YouTube videos about Idaho, and it's like they're some of the most secluded cities in America are located in Idaho, and some off the path that we were going to be taking. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Like just being out in the middle of fucking nowhere kind of thing.
I think it's going to be that place that when we leave, when the trip's over, like, hey, what do you think about? I'm going to go. I need to get the fuck back to Idaho. That's one of my walking away points is I think I'm hoping to really fall in love with the state.
That whole
some of it.
Like that whole fucking sliver between like the border of Washington and Idaho,
Montana,
and like Montana from like Red Lodge west to the border of Idaho and Washington. Like I still want to do because we're not hitting Glacier, we're not hitting a lot of shit. We're not really doing a lot in Montana. I don't even think we're hitting Wyoming at all. At least I know that I won't because I'm going to break off at Twin Falls. But
now you mention it,
man, I don't know. Like I feel we were going to talk about that at the end of once we get through this wrap up of the trip. But you know, because we got to figure out like what do we do next year. You know?
I don't know if we're quite there yet, but on what you're just saying, I'm hoping Idaho is cool enough. I know Cody's got such a hard on for Glacier Falls once it goes so bad that I'm hoping, because we've talked about it, is maybe after this one, maybe we've got one more. But we've talked about all of a sudden these trips, instead of doing these massive, we're doing 5,000 miles, we're seeing all these states, and we're blazing through shit. Stuff that we see, we like, but sorry, baby, I don't have the time. I can't stay.
Yeah.
We got to keep going. I'm hoping Idaho is one of those that once we start breaking it down, we're going, okay, maybe it's not a 3-week trip, but maybe it's a week trip, a week and a half, maybe a 2-week trip, whatever. But we concentrate on this. Concentrate. We're not covering ground. We concentrate on this area.
Yeah.
We make plans, different, that kind of stuff. I'm hoping that's one of the areas that we have to go back to. That we go, this has to be revisited on more of a intimate. Let's really get to know this place. Spend 2 nights in some places. Spend one. You know what I mean? Just really.
That's one of the things a lot of people have been hitting me up on Instagram and they've listened to some of our conversations about this trip, and that's one thing I try to tell people is
it was good
when we're riding these bikes across country, we don't necessarily have the luxury to like do every turn off and every little thing that you could do, you know what I mean? Like we don't have the time to go catch this over there, that over, you know what I mean? It gets kind of complicated because you just don't have that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
It becomes very. What's up?
Let me get one too.
Yeah, it becomes. To your point, it becomes very complicated.
Yeah,
and that's why I've tried to kind of undersell meeting up with people on this trip because I feel like. Last year we almost kind of oversold it, and it was tough keeping up with people. And like I said, we're going to different parts. My phone is used to Dallas cell towers. It doesn't. I can't promise cell service in some of these areas where, and I don't want to set something up where all of a sudden you can't get a hold of me. But it is.
I really do hope to see some of the people come out and do some of the riding with us. Last year that was a great addition to the trip, just the amount of people that kind of linked up with us and kicked it, whether it was Jeremy or the dudes up north in Boston.
AJ was really fun.
Yeah, like I think that shit's rad and I like it. Obviously, the caveat to that is like, we can't. You're gonna have to figure out your own. If you're tagging along in some parts of the country with us, then like you're on your own when it comes to like where we stop and if we stay overnight, shit. Yeah. But for the most part, that's just dope, man. Like whatever we can do to kind of. If people want to do that, cool, like
help out where we can. But as far as
they can always reach out to one of us and let us, and we can be like, look, this is where we're gonna be, or I don't know. I'm sure they can figure it out
for sure.
Yeah.
So they can even.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were cheersing me over there.
No, I was being still.
I was just saying, like, they could hit us up, and then we can even tell them where we're staying or whatever. And then if they want to book a room there, they can. But as far as
so in Boise,
us doing shit.
So one of the homies, Brian, just put up that Boise. So Boise is where Victor lives, who John Teller.
Oh yeah, okay.
Y'all didn't get to meet him when we were in California that time, did you?
Nah, you all met him like the day before. I think we all. Saw
Yeah,
each
so
other.
we're definitely. I'm gonna have to reach out to him. I think he knows we're coming through, but I need to check back in with him. But definitely want to have lunch with him because he used to live in Ventura and he moved up to Boise.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to kind of stop and have lunch with him and see how he's doing, catch up
that'd
with
be
him. And he is legitimately the dude that was John Teller on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
He's fucking rad too.
I'm 100% down.
Yeah.
He's good. You know what? I think I'm going on maybe a decade, probably longer, of if you get my voicemail, it's the generic, like, this user, 214, whatever, it runs my phone number, is not answering. Like, it's just the standard computer. My outgoing voicemail may be different after this trip. It may be a...
Riding through this world.
yeah, I don't know about all that, but I may just get him to... Because I've always thought, like... If I met Sam,
shit!
like if I met Sam Elliott or somebody with just a badass James Earl Jones, somebody with a great voice, like, hey dude, I'm not even gonna whip your ass and talk to you for a few minutes. Will you just here's my name, write it out. This is how you say it. Will you just do an outgoing voicemail? Whatever you want to do. Hey, you're the Jason.
I said I did.
Whatever you want to paint on this, you do it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he's just got such a good voice as far as like the narrator. I mean, it's one of my favorite shows of all time. It is what it is. But
I hope he does it and it's just. Hi, my name's Jade Neal. I'm a big ugly faggot. Like, it doesn't even say leave a message or anything. It just says some dumb shit.
And I'm gay as fuck.
Nah, you have to leave it though, and so you're gonna have to get a new job when you get
You're
back,
the guy
and then every time you have to answer every call because if they miss it,
Yeah, please don't go to voicemail. Please don't go to voicemail. Yeah, you're talking to the guy with the big dick tank with a dick tank paint on his fender. I would leave it. I'm not worried about that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'll take the kick in the shorts.
Dude, what if we see that fender on like eBay
I'm
or
waiting,
some
dude.
shit?
I'll fight someone for it,
It
dude.
is, yeah. It's
I'll fucking catfish.
That's probably the only sentimental thing that was on the bike, huh?
yeah. And that's and honestly, I feel like it's already been acetone. Somebody took a rag and put an acetone on it and just wiped it off because that's what it wasn't like.
Some guys probably got
It
it.
wasn't like clear coated or anything on it. So
Yeah.
But that's got it hung on his wall, beating off to it, probably.
That's like I said. That was if I didn't. I said earlier I didn't have any sentimentality with the bike or sentimental connection, and it's true. Other than that fender, as far as the rest of the bike, I didn't. Give
I was
a fuck
actually
about it.
my helmet that I did for me for this year is super basic compared to what I've done in the past. But my goal is actually to kind of I wanted to when I go to Sturgis this year, I was going to get Monty and Jeremy to do something on it. Like I did just like the camo theme, but I'm going to get Jeremy to do some kind of picture on the top, and I want to get Monty to do like his version of my logo on the mouthpiece. And that way I can kind of have something from some other artists that I actually admire.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm hitting insurance up for it. Like that's the next. I finally talked to the adjuster, but apparently on theft it's a little different. The adjuster's not the person that goes over parts and money with you. It goes from her to the next person who we talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I'm leaning into it as far as the hey man, I'm going to drop both their names. You look them up on Instagram, see what they charge or whatever. But this is a 3-hour job or whatever the fuck it was, and just they don't need to know that it was for free.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say yeah.
So you paid someone 3 hours of labor to draw a dick on your
Well,
roof
let's
fender?
not get into
It's a dick cannon, you idiot.
All you need to worry about is it's custom paint on the bike, my man. That's all you need to worry about. But yeah, I am going to mention. I'm going to mention it had a very, very personal. I'll provide a picture if they want, but inside joke for all they know. But it was an inside joke that started that night. But yeah.
Of all this, so that we've talked about it before, but just like it's popping up in my head right now. It's like this trip that we're about to go on. It's a lot more rural. You know what I mean? We're going to be so much rural. Where the fuck?
Rural.
I can't pronounce that one syllable in there. Rural. But at the same time,
Roads.
last year, like I said, we've really talked about this enough. But I'm just like thinking I was thinking about Cody B, like when he, when Nashville got him last year, essentially, and like, where do you think our fucking Rager night's gonna be on this trip? Because we got to have at least one of those. I mean, we were out till 5 a.m. if not later in New York, one of those nights.
Yeah, but New York. Okay, so to that end, New York is a city that really lends itself to that. It's,
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever, the city that never sleeps. It's kind of, or maybe that's Vegas, but New York is
I think
very.
that is New York.
Well, okay, what
Yeah.
is it, or is
I
it
have
Vegas?
no idea.
Yeah, I think it is.
The Big Apple.
What does Chappelle say in Half Baked? Oh, it may be the city that never sleeps, but it sure takes a bunch of weed naps.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. So yeah, it lends itself to the city that never sleeps. So we didn't do it. It wasn't like we were clubbing or anything dumb. Just having, and especially the second night when we hung out.
A lot of
on
walking.
our own, yeah, we didn't do anything crazy. It was just everything's open. Everything's still available to do.
Yeah, it doesn't feel late.
Yes, it doesn't feel late at all, especially when you're in travel mode. You know you're there for a set amount of hours. You're moving on to the next town. Yeah, very easy for adrenaline to kick in, and you just do your thing there. As far as this trip, with the fact that it's so every night we're moving on, we don't have any two-night stays.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy that I don't know, and I'm looking forward to when's it gonna like Virginia Beach was a rager last year, and we didn't go into it knowing that it was like, oh, dude, we're gonna fuck shit up tonight. But guess what? That's how it turned out.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to 2 or 3 of those where we don't expect it, because we'll have some nights where it's not a rager, where we drink probably between 8 of us. We'll drink a case of beer, have a good time, maybe eat some food, have some laughs. It'll be all right. And we'll have some nights where we're hurting the next day. Cody's eating BC powder like it's baby formula, and
Dropping his bike in a parking lot.
yeah, dude. We'll have a few of those nights.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to just kind of roll the dice and let them come as they may.
That's
I
a
think
good point. I didn't
Virginia-
even think about I forgot about Virginia Beach just being such a fucking rager.
That's
You know?
where
I partially blame Anthony for that.
I think that's where we were all introduced to Jaden's nutsack.
That might have been the first time.
I know
we
for a
got
fact
out.
that's the first time I saw it get all dropped out and
At
fucking.
least on that trip, yeah.
I think it was the only time on that trip you dropped him out, but that perpetuated down the line into so much more Jaden nuts.
You're all welcome.
Montrose is not on the way, so you come party in San Juan Hotel. What was it? Yeah, so I don't know, man. It might be one of those weird ones because, like you said, we don't have those layovers. Like you said, we don't have those places where we can get really comfortable. Other than the fact that maybe we'll honestly, I think our biggest night, our biggest rager is probably going to be in Amarillo. The first night.
I mean, I think just out of sheer excitement and gaining an extra day to do it.
Yeah.
We're not fucking hammering 1,000 miles.
This is on like
It'll be dumb, but it'll be fitting if we replace the 1,000-mile day. Oh, you know what? Let's be smart.
With a
break this
600-mile
up.
fucking.
And yeah, let's break it up to 600 miles, but be hungover as dog shit the next day. So it's actually worse than 1,000
Bring some
miles.
liquid
in a day.
IVs.
I don't know if we can get that fucked up in I've never been to the Big Texan, right?
I'm probably eating a salad there, dude. I'm not, like I said, I'm like Alex
You're
said.
fucking gay.
Like Alex said, my budget's the way my bank account is set up.
Yeah.
You're going to see some times where I'm like, I'll have the side salad and I'll be cool.
Yeah.
We're going to drink some water in the parking lot.
Yeah, over here fucking. Can I get some more croutons, please?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm definitely going to eat a steak there.
You are going to go to some nice place. I'm going to CC's. I'll see you fucks in a little bit.
Jaden didn't have a chance to hang out with everybody. We're all sitting at steakhouses and shit, and
He
he's
was at
coming
the
in.
dollar store.
He's hiding a McDonald's sandwich in his shirt to come in and sit down at the table with
bringing a
us.
quarter pounder and cheese in my hoodie.
Fixing it up with all the A1 sauce or whatever that they serve on the table.
Yeah, can I get some more salt and pepper?
Can I get a steak knife, please? Just daintily eating it.
I regret nothing.
No.
You know the dumb thing? You know it. I bought like $40 in snacks at Costco thinking I was like, oh, I'm going to save money on the trip. Bring all these.
That picture was dumb as fuck,
So
dude.
dumb,
It
dude.
was like a fucking Ziploc bag full of full-size candy bars and a fucking 30-pack of...
A case of Gatorade, bro.
Oh, man, the 30-pack
You know what I don't feel bad
the
about?
30-pack of powdered donuts was what got me, dude. I was like, bro... Where are you gonna keep all that? And you look like you look like the fat kid in the back of the bus, dude. That's got like all the snacks in his backpack. Like, you know, like I was like, that's gonna melt into one sugary bullshit in the back of your bag.
I wish I was running the board. I could pull up that picture of my Dinah from Sturgis a couple of years ago where I was planning on being Beverly Hillbillies loaded down. And on the back of it, the very back was going to be a cooler. And I was going to have all these snacks. And you fucking morons are going to spend all this money in gas station food. And I was going to just be...
Oh yeah, you mean
dude, but it
your
wasn't that
backpack
much
full of gas station food that you brought from home?
that packet, that case of donuts you saw, $7.82. Like I couldn't.
It's a steal of a deal.
I couldn't even be mad
for
about
some
it.
like housewife who's got
I just
breakfast for her
I
kids.
wish I went to elementary school so I could like go and like sell them at like $2 a pop. I wish I had a kid at least I could teach like, go, all right, dude, go hustle these. You owe me this much. Treat you like a little whore. You owe me this much money at the end of the day. I'll send you this many packs of donuts. If you don't come back with this much money, I'm beating the shit out of you.
I was like, how?
I still don't feel
I'm
like
gonna pack my own food. You packed the fucking the food a 6-year-old pack in his bag, dude. It wasn't even like.
Hey, okay, no,
mixable food, like dry food or anything.
You're
like
acting like I'm bringing like Famous Amos and fruit snacks, fruit roll-ups.
It was powdered donuts and full-size candy bars.
Okay. And candy bars go hard. Everybody eats that. You know what? I'm hungry. Let me grab a Snickers real quick. I got that. I got you.
You know how I'm going to do that? At a gas station.
Yeah, but you're going to pay about 80% more than I paid. I just haven't found a way to get it to me. Like I said,
are
if
Snickers
this was
supposed
a road
to be
trip in a
liquidy?
car, I'd be the smartest man alive.
In a car.
I know. Listen. What's Alex joke? Look, I'm kind of retarded.
The way you slang it in the chat, that was like, you're like, check this out. When
I was so proud of myself.
You were like,
For
went to
12
Sam's
hours,
today,
I was so proud of
picked
myself.
up a haul, boys, and I was like, what the fuck?
I got home and started loading the cooler. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Like it's like
your package of donuts was like halfway out of the cooler, dude.
the donuts are not that big, dude. They're watch. I'm gonna bring some of it. You're gonna laugh, but I'm gonna eat free till like
Amarillo.
Well, Alex said he'll shoot you your PayPal and he'll give you some dinner money.
Yeah, you poor fuck. Dude, I was like, bro, I'll let you have a pie. Don't
I'll
worry
put some
about it.
fucking racing numbers on. And I'll just pretend I'm Steve Chamberlain.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
But no, what I don't feel bad about is those Gatorades come out to like 62 cents a piece. So I just have good shit at the house to eat. I got no excuse. That's what I was like. I need to start eating these donuts now. Save these eggs. I know the government just killed like 3.5 million chickens. Eggs are going up. Just eat these donuts. Leave these eggs for the lady and the dog.
We got a shitload of eggs at the house.
Yeah.
Chickens laying. Chickens be laying, bro.
Chickens be laying.
Dude, we got like, I don't know, like 12 dozen eggs, like, and we're just like, we have to like start giving them to people.
Dude,
For sure, yeah.
come on. Because I eat eggs like a motherfucker.
I love them.
Yeah.
Like
That's
scrambled
my
eggs.
go-to dinner. Is like just
Can you
up
fry
some
an egg?
bacon and fry some eggs. Oh yeah, I got
Can you
good
fry
at
an
it.
egg?
Yeah.
Man,
I like my eggs over hard though. I don't like a fried yolky egg. I don't like that.
Over medium, dude. I'll
over medium all
I'll
day.
make
I can do
a
it
bacon, egg, and
the
cheese.
white cooked and leave that yellow runny as fuck.
A bacon, egg, and cheese fucking bagel, dude,
Oh,
and then just
fucking forget about
smush
it,
it and
yeah.
smash that yolk all over it. Shit.
I only cook scrambled, and I've kind of got TL trained on my eggs. But
I used to be scrambled only, which I do like scrambled, but now I'm an adult.
Yeah.
You know?
It does feel like way more adult to get some like fried egg in some form or fashion.
Yeah, right.
That's one of those things I know I could YouTube it also, but I need to get with my mom and just go, how do you do it? Because she does it like the best, nobody can
Right.
better than your mom. I need to just have like a tutorial session with her, like, show me how you do this so I can do it my own. Like, let's pass this kind of thing on. So,
You ever make omelets? I make a lot of omelets.
I don't make them, but I'll eat them on occasion.
Yeah, I don't really make them either. I'm too lazy.
Yeah, that shit's easy. I don't know.
It's easy to do. Yeah, you just get it all
good.
cooked
You
on
kind
the
of
bottom,
almost
flip it, and then you,
make it scrambled almost, but then you just kind of let it lay out, and then you start adding your shit in and fold it over. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
The one thing I've been harping about at the house, and it's partly Meals by Cooge inspired, is I'm about to make my own mozzarella sticks. Like it's dumb. Like it's cheese and breading, and you fry it. Like I'm about to figure out how to do it and have my own nothing but class mozzie sticks.
And just have a fucking string of fucking string of mozzarella breaded with powdered donuts because they're left over. Like some weird funnel cake shit. Was this French?
Dude,
it's got cheese in it.
I imagine the people that eat that are the guys that threw that guy's cut on the ground the other day. They're like, "Bye, bitch." You seen that? It's
He
making the rounds.
disrespected you too.
Dude,
you gonna come over here?
I first saw it on Food's Gone Wild, but I've seen it on a handful of other pages now. Like, it's like somebody got depatched or whatever the term.
You'll see it, yeah.
Whatever the term is for getting kicked out of a club.
Some inbred white trash fucking club,
dude.
This guy, I guess he disrespected.
They make Fam MC look like the most like,
I'm the only one
highfalutin motherfuckers ever.
I'm the only one that fucks my cousin. You disrespected me by
see a
fucking
white
my
dude.
cousin.
There's like a little fire.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Dude,
you gotta listen to the audio though.
Fucking funny, dude.
You can't listen to the audio.
All right, well,
really, you don't really have to. I mean, it helps, but
it helped because when the guy says,
I did see that.
They say
so funny, dude.
He says something. They go, "Bye." Everybody goes. He goes. Everybody say bye. He goes, "Bye, bitch."
My favorite guy is the guy in the fucking chanclas. He's got the fucking Jerusalem cruisers on. He spits and then steps in. I'm like, dude, you probably got between your toes. Look at him.
One guy at the end doesn't want to step on, and they're like, "He disrespected you like he disrespected us."
There's right there. He disrespected you too, man. Look at that. Wearing some fucking black cargo shorts with his cut. What a fucking dork, dude.
At the end, the lady that's recorded when they do, she's like, "Bye, bitch."
Yeah, bye, bitch. What happened to this guy? He is so fucking muddy, dude. It looks like he just fucking fell. He probably slipped.
He just won a Lexin. He took a fucking rooster shot to the ass.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
It says, man gets kicked out of his biker club for losing his Hulu password. Deriving his squad of Sons of Anarchy, he reruns.
Yeah, depriving his. Wow. Yeah. That was the fool's got while he's catching.
Wow.
Lost his Hulu password, depriving his club of Sons Anarchy reruns.
That's wild.
Dude, that shit's so funny. There's a million of those. There's a million of those clubs around. You know what I mean? You see them show up to fucking strokers on a whatever day.
It's just funny that like people like take that serious. I don't know, like
it's because that's all they have, dude. Like, and in a town like that, like they want to be like the real motherfuckers that are doing that shit, and then like so they're like, man, he disrespected you too. Like, what do you think he disrespected him by for real though? That's got to be some petty bullshit. Like
that dude, the dude that walked by there had some neon colors for his club colors. I'm like, let me just ask you this: would you ever take a neon colored club 1%er serious? Like if somebody comes up to you with the diamond patch, 1%, all that shit, but it's lime green, you're like, get the fuck out of here, you sherbet eating motherfucker. Like there's nothing sinister or serious about that color.
Yeah, nothing can be respected.
It's like, are y'all a 1% club for Kawasaki's? Like, what the fuck, man?
Going to second week of Daytona.
Second week.
That's yeah, I don't know, man.
We are a club of Kyle's, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, I don't know. It's just keeps them fucking busy, I guess. They want to feel cool and all that shit. Dude.
Could you imagine, like, how, like, that club started? Like, they're sitting around, like, man, hey, let's start a bike club.
Dude, I'm going to tell you
We're going to be big one day.
It's funny enough. I went to... RIP, my buddy's funeral 2 years ago after we left Giddy Up.
Yeah.
And it was for a guy in the metal scene here in Dallas. And I don't know who they are. I don't know their names, but his sister's boyfriend had a club that was just like those guys. And, bro, I just got that roguelite, too. And see, my buddy had a Heritage, too, a newer Heritage. And we both showed up and on the bikes. And I guess they're like, I saw a few other bikes parked out front for, I guess, the procession back. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We'll line up there with them. It was some busted-ass Sportster and a bunch of other just, like, Jap bikes of some sort. And when I tell you these guys are, like, the most redneck club ever, like, dude, I feel bad because we went into the funeral, and we were off to the side sitting, and they had one of the guys from their club come down in a Grim Reaper costume from like Walmart with the it was the skull mask that if you squeeze it, the blood comes down, dude. And he had a sickle, dude. And he stood at the front of this funeral next to the coffin the entire fucking funeral ceremony or whatever. In the front, it was the most cringe, awkward shit I've ever seen in my fucking life, dude. Like,
did he ever like squirt the blood out to get
no,
some
he
blood?
did not. He showed a little respect, you know. But dude, I saw that and I was like, and they were just capitalizing on this, like, oh, we got a fallen brother. And my buddy didn't even ride bikes, dude. He's the coolest motherfucker ever. All the real homies that were there were like everyone from the metal community, which is fucking dope. But like this dude stayed up there like. And I don't know if anyone told him to do that or if he just did it on his own volition. But and then like I came out to the parking lot, he's like, "Dude, nice bike, man." And I think they fucking rode down.
They do the biker boys rev thing.
Oh, they rev the fuck up, dude. And when we get to on the way there, he put his old lady on the back and had the cross sickles hanging off the back of his Sportster, like the plastic ones from Walmart. And I was just like, God damn, dude, like that's them right there. I'm
revising my will this weekend. So if I die, Kyle has to stand up by my coffin in a Grim Reaper suit. Except I'm not giving him the fucking benefit of hiding behind a mask. I want his face there, so y'all just have to see how uncomfortable he is.
Did y'all paint my face?
Did y'all see that? I don't know where the video was, but there was that one guy that lost a bet about the funeral where he had to wear a dress to his friend's funeral.
Yeah, that was military though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not as funny, but it's still like,
that's
honoring a vet kind of thing.
Yeah, busting each other's balls kind of. This shit was just. I think they took it on themselves to do all that because I don't know why anyone would think like
that's the part about like the
weird.
whole biker culture that I think sometimes I laugh at it, right? Like I've always said this, like me and my wife will be driving down the highway and we'll pass a group of bikers and the way they're all dressed and they look and their facial expressions and everything, I'm just like, they're so serious and they're like all on these like very fluffy looking bikes, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing serious about this situation. And then like when you get these guys at certain bars, you go to like a more hell yeah brother kind of bike night or a fucking place where they go. Yeah. It's just like there's this tone of seriousness, but nobody there is serious. Like they're not real serious people in real life. Right. But they are on the weekends when they ride their bikes and it just comes off very cosplay. Fake. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think Dave was saying it the best from Milwaukee or from Wisconsin. He's like, what was it? Bike clubs are the best cosplay or some shit like that, or I can't remember his quote, but he was. Yeah,
that's been said a bunch though, like that, man. It's true. Like,
beer me, bro.
I don't know. That thing's been beaten to death too, though. But like, you're right though. It's unless you're joining some legitimate shit, dude. Just hang out and fucking ride. You don't have to be fucking. No one gives a fuck about your club, dude.
It's a fast pass. It's a fast pass to get into like a serious part of motorcycling when, realistically. Hey, in some parts of the country, you might have a club that has some kind of meaning to that area, that town, that neighborhood, that place, where it makes sense for you to want to be a part of it because it has something that's connected to you. But to not have any real connection, but to seek out that, like you can find that kind of brotherhood. You can find that kind of connection by just doing what we've done and just show up to a bike night. Just show up and lean into. I don't know. Maybe it's not as easy as maybe we did hit the lottery, man. Maybe.
I'm convinced we did. I mean, just with this group of people, it's and God, I fucking even hate to say that. Like you look around Instagram and
there's lots of good dudes. Like Papa Juan with the LFG dudes. When they did that little trip up to Utah, like that's dope. Like these little pockets of everybody across the country find a connection together, and then they go do something cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's badass.
I think it's more what it is, just actually riding and not just sitting around fucking
doing what we do.
What? No, well, just like staying around their hometown and not going anywhere, and just I'm gonna club now, and it's like man,
I guess
I don't think if we didn't have our trips. I could see what we do on a normal basis getting mundane and kind of boring. Right. But we're always leading up to something big.
But I feel like that's the chat. I feel like we've got 23 dudes now in it, but for a while it was 20 dudes, but you've got the 8 dudes that do the trip, And then and this isn't an indictment. This isn't talking shit on any other dudes in there because life happens. And that's, I've always kind of said that, like, nobody's mad at you for this and that if you can't do it because life happens. And that seems like if we've got a chat with 20 guys and there's 8 dudes that consistently do stuff, I feel like that's higher than average on guys. And that's just, well, I say do stuff. There's 8 guys that do the big trip. But it's just one of those things where when you see a chat with 20 and you'll have just a random, hey, who wants to go ride today? And you get 2-3 responses. I feel like that's kind of a normal average. And I don't know, man. I feel like with our 8 guys,
Well, you know what's fun? I mean, like you said, we've got the new guys like Doc and Trey that's kind of come along who are hungry as fuck, right? But our big trips are pretty capped, right? So I feel like we have to start doing something kind of smaller. Like we need to do some smaller things that aren't necessarily not talking bad about anything, but like not ripping to Houston for a Dyna Crew bike night, but maybe doing some West Texas kind of more secluded, like we're riding, we're camping, or we're doing like another version of our big trip, but on a smaller scale within like a budget within, you know what I mean? That way more people can go on it.
Smaller time scale.
I agree with you there, but I would also like to see more rips to Houston for a bike night.
Oh, I agree.
1,000 fucking.
But there's a difference between that kind of experience.
That's an easy weekend shot.
Yeah.
That's not a fucking week.
That's an easy weekend shot. There's really not a lot of reasons not to do it. I get it. Life happens. Sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
But if you don't show up to anything, you don't show up to
Giddy
up. You don't show up to fucking Fandango. You don't show up to Houston Bike Night. You don't show up to fucking, dude, Southern Throwdown's an hour and a half from Dallas. Like, can't make that?
I've said it before. Houston, as much as motherfuckers, Texas is so big. Houston is an easy fucking trip. Is it the most exciting, blow your hair back trip? Fucking no.
Yeah.
But is it
City
a mindless, you
fucking
can
sucks, though,
jump
it's
on the
always
fucking
fun.
interstate and jam south in 3 hours, 3.5 hours, you're there?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it fucking doable? Do you have a bunch of excuses other than life? No. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at what we've really got going now, we got Houston, obviously Austin, things like that, but we have Little Rock now. We got Oklahoma City now with Donnie and fucking RPM Moto up there. Or RPM Designs, I think it's Designs. Like we have options now. What if we go to fucking Amarillo and there's like a gang of motherfuckers that are rad as shit? Like fuck. Now we got another town to go to.
Except for Justin, I'm so in love with Arkansas. Like I want to spend so much more time there between Tony, Evan, Scott, all those dudes. Justin can go fuck himself.
Yeah,
but
fuck
I love everybody.
I thought I heard that right. It threw me off. I was like, okay then.
I'm just messing with him. He's already probably
for sure.
Yeah, he's
getting way too much attention.
You know what?
right
He's
now.
gonna reply, "Hey, where's your bike?" He'll say something like that. Like, he's the guy that gets you where you can't. Like he can.
You know what's funny though?
I tried to fuck with him at the camp out.
You already took his line. What's he gonna do?
Yeah,
He'd be rabid him.
I tried to fuck with him at the camp out, and every time he came back with something like that, I was like, "Oh, I'm just done. I'm done."
You need to stick Jones on him. He'll get it.
That's what I said. I told Jones, I was like, "You can't not come to the camp out anymore, man. I need you."
Yeah.
But no, Austin, Arkansas has got such and the riding. You know, RD's right. I guess I haven't done any riding Northwest Arkansas, but the proof's in the pudding. It's cool shit up there, and that's a state. Even before I really got into riding, that's a state I was like, man, I want to go camping in Arkansas. Like, so they've got it. I'm in love with the RPM dudes and the whole Oklahoma City scene. So we got a bunch of shit to do. That no excuses. In addition to Houston, still waiting on somebody in Austin to pick up the torch and do stuff. But you know, I don't know.
We were talking about the Texas Hill Show in the other podcast with Jacob.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
I can't wait.
I'm excited.
That was one of the. You remember the last Texas Hills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a wild scene. Like I saw they post your pictures. We've got that one that I think Tony took it, but it's all of us. Mark's in the background, Cody, his chick, everybody, and that was before what's her name fell asleep and knocked over the bikes, like before the shit show happened. But that was all the same weekend where I was like, dude, what a wild fucking weekend that was. I'm so happy they're bringing that back.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Is it going to be at Albert's Ice House again?
No, it's in Bourne.
a new place. Bourne.
It looks pretty cool, and there's a lot of stuff around it too. So apparently the venue's really dope. So it looks a little more commercial, I'd say. from the pictures, but I could be wrong on that. I could be completely wrong on that. But like compared to like Albert Ice House, anyways.
Yeah.
Where that's a smaller venue, and this I think is just a little bit more accommodating. And I don't know if it's is it camping on site? I don't remember.
Not on site, but down the street.
Okay.
So it's
That's
kind
like
of
off
the
the
way
river,
Gideon
too.
was.
Yeah. So it should be pretty good.
So yeah, they have a new logo set up, built right here. Should pop up here in a second. Oh, Easy Willin fucking designed this one. I met that guy at Little Darling once. He actually hand draws all this shit and then has it digitized, like with pen and pencil.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's the new logo.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's pretty dope. Got the RP over there. You got a chopper. Got a diner FXR right there in the center. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I like that.
Hell yeah.
What's the venue called? Fuck.
Let me look real quick.
I had it looked up. I had it brought it up the other day when I was young Jamieing it over there. I was the worst, dude. I think I tuned out for about 5 minutes while I was looking for this right here. I was like scrolling from the very bottom, trying to look for the location of fucking Texas Hills, and I was just like zoned out. And I like looked back, and they're still talking. I was like, well, too late to bring this up. Let's go on to the next thing.
By the way, Jace, remind me to show you my DMs where I've got people tell me that some of the best episodes they've ever watched were the ones I was doing.
Dude, honestly,
I'm not trying to shit on Kyle, but fuck Kyle.
That's fine. I'm fine with it. I'm
honestly,
a filler,
man,
baby.
like, yeah,
I'm a filler.
like you're on. That's the hard part about doing this job, and even me, like I'm not doing a great job. Like sometimes it's hard. It's hard to be on here talking, like being a part of this conversation, like we are now, and doing this.
I'm just glad you gave Jaden a job. Makes him feel important.
Well played, well played.
Yeah.
He's donating something to society or contributing to society.
Helping. Jason's getting ahead of the homeless problem in Dallas. The Juan podcast was one that there was a couple of times where I just zoned out, like watching him, and I looked up, I was like, oh shit, like camera's still on Jace, and you're sitting there watching, but yeah, every now and then you'll get something where it's hard.
That was a great podcast, though.
He was so great, dude.
That's what I find
So-
too. When you're just kind of zoned in with the conversation, you're like, oh yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't say this sucks or anything like that, but I feel like that's one of those podcasts because, and this is no dig or anything, but I feel like because he's not some name like San Diego Customs or Cruzy that people might skip over that one, but I feel like he laid it in and made that was probably one of the most relatable podcasts that anybody, especially military folks, can find like some kind of connection with. And
Right.
I don't know. I hope people do take the time to listen to that podcast or watch it. The video is probably better because you were able to pull up so much of the context of what we were talking about while we were doing it.
That was one of my favorites that I've ever been a part of, but definitely I think even it's going to be one of my favorite that you've ever done because you're right. It was a guy where I think a lot of the guests, you kind of know their story.
Yeah.
And this guy he's a meme guy. A lot of people know him from that and maybe not much else. Obviously, he's got his homies and stuff that know him, but there was a lot of people that knew him only from the memes. And to come on here like he did, and man, he just opened up. He was even different from when we were hanging out with him for a few hours before, where all of a sudden I was like, oh man, this guy's kind of quiet, kind of, And
He did open up when
he got here, and all of a sudden the switch flipped, and he was on, and he was personable, and he was intimate, and he brought you in, and he was vulnerable, and everything. It was just awesome. Like I said, it was amazing to be a part of, but much. I hope it was as amazing to just listen to because it was super, super cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That was when people, because I didn't know about him, and everybody was like, "How is it?" That was the one I've got probably the most messages. Like, so how was he? Like, what? And I was like, dude, the guy's fucking rad. Like, what you heard is how he is, man.
Yeah.
He's fucking cool. I was so happy because what did he say at first? He was like, "Oh, I've got like a 3 beer limit," and he was serious, and he's got his reasons for that. I respect
Yeah, he was
that.
trying to he left at like 4 a.m.
But
my house.
between, I think he had 2 downstairs, and then I think he had 3, and he actually opened the 4th up here. So we got him out of the zone a little bit, which I was happy.
You don't make the rules here.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, look at me. I'm the pilot now. But no, he was absolutely fucking great. And yeah, if you haven't watched it or listened to it, do it. You won't be disappointed. And that's a guy that I told him, I messaged him after the fact. I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing him in SoCal if I can go see him. And I really hope I can. Partly
it was
just
a
because
good
of him. I want to meet him and some of his buddies. And yeah, great dude.
Yeah, that's the thing about these podcasts, man. You never know where the ones that are going to be very insightful like that. And you know, to the people out there that might be listening, like what the criteria is, there really isn't. It's about interest. It's about, you know, this dude, he's from SoCal. He rode here. He rode his fucking bike here. Fuck yeah, I'm putting you on the podcast. And I'm not saying like, yeah, everybody ride your bike here, you get on the podcast, but I'm saying like, do you have something to talk about? Because in a sense, like, you know, when you get on these mics and you get in this stuff and you start really talking about things, you'll realize how quickly like your grand idea is over in 15 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's nothing more embarrassing than a 1 hour podcast. Straight up. Like, oh, your life story. Wrapped it up in an hour, huh? Like that. It's not like it's, you know, it's not like an engaging conversation. And I don't know, like
it's not like it could be timing and I don't know, that kind of base too. As far as like they probably would have a better podcast.
I didn't think we were gonna go 3 hours with fucking Jacob, but that shit was
right. Exactly.
seamless.
It's just like because you get into other topics and it's just really just timing. You know, like we had nowhere else to be that day either, so it wasn't like there was like some style like deadline or like some kind of time cap or whatever. So it just gives you just
that's the one thing I think
up.
People should probably understand, because when we do these podcasts, we usually do them at this time. So we're sitting here at, you know, 7 o'clock essentially, or, you know, 7:40 Central. When we start around 6 or 7 o'clock, like we're not going to work afterwards, or we're not going to meet our wives to have dinner at the fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So we're just sitting here like, dude, we ain't doing shit else after this. So what else happened?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you get to these 3.5, 4 hour, 6 hour podcasts. Like, it just happens so naturally, because I think it's the way we set our time up to do them. We kind of give ourselves that time to shoot the shit that long, which I get it. It's probably a hard thing to swallow for a lot of people that don't have massive amounts of time to consume podcasts. But on the other hand, there's people that have massive amounts of time to consume podcasts. So it's like they're getting their full fix of all of our stupid shit. You know what I mean?
But then break it down like a show. If you can listen to an hour and it's a 3 hour podcast, listen to an hour of it, listen to another hour of it. And hopefully each time it ends, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go back to that next hour and finish it up.
That's not even an issue with people that listen to podcasts, though. I mean, Rogan's been doing it for fucking years. So as long as it's interesting, you're going to keep listening.
When I know we're going to go past when I know we're going to be going past 3 hours, I've been trying to stop them at 3 or 3.5 and at least stop that and then do like a after recorder instead of waiting until 4 hours, then stopping it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I can't upload a 4 hour podcast. It won't let me upload it to Spotify or Apple or any of that shit. Like, it cuts you off at like 4 hours. So if I cut the podcast at 3:45, I still have to put intro, outro. So roughly 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. I need those 8 minutes to be able to be under 4 hours to be able to put it out. So sometimes we've done it where we would cut it at like 3:50. And I'm like, I'd have to like go back. Okay, we sounded drunk all the way up till 3:20. From 3:20 till 3:50, it was basically gibberish. So I'm gonna just cut it all out and put it on there.
Yeah.
Chances landing in DFW tomorrow.
He said those bars better be
5:30.
on there.
Can anybody pick them up?
Jaden can. On the old softy.
Good. Rule 42, boys.
I got a haircut appointment.
I can.
Damn.
He just texted me too. I can probably do it. It's when we get home. Let me get home and check the schedule. But yeah, I should be able to squeeze. I should be able to do that. And if I can, obviously I will.
Should be able to squeeze it in. That's the worst.
I
got no job. It's Friday.
Yeah. A couple of factors there, though.
Yeah.
I gotta. Hopefully, the bars should show by 12, so I'll be able to put them on. It should only be like 2 or 3 hours tops to put those bars on, and then his bike will be ready to go. But then I got a haircut appointment at 6 with my wife, so she can shave my head and get my beard looking fresh, and then tomorrow's the last time I'll get to see my wife really for a month. So I gotta spend the time with her. You know what I mean?
For sure. Oh, yeah, because you're leaving Wednesday. I forgot it's already Monday. I always feel, it feels like a fucking Sunday.
Wednesday night, bro.
I know. Got to work in the morning.
In the grand scheme of things, what's 1 month versus till death do you part? come on, man. Like that's like I told him I got in the car and I was like,
bro, this motherfucker's on his own, dude. I ain't saying shit.
I got in the car and I was like, I can already tell just like the text I got as I was walking out the door. I guess somehow this morning I was like, yeah, man, I think we may be doing a podcast. I know it was brought up at one point. I was like, hopefully I'm done by like 5 by the time you're here. Well, obviously that didn't happen. And it got one of those like, hey, I'm about to leave with Kyle. What's up? Like, here's the thing. Didn't need to do it. Just felt like, I don't know, didn't have a good day yesterday. I was like, here's a fucking here's a peace offering kind of thing. And it was met with the, I thought you said you hoped you'd be done by now. I was like, yeah, it didn't happen. Wasn't an early one. Like, move on. But I'm already expecting like I've only got a couple nights with you. You couldn't have one night where we have dinner? Like, whatever?
Yeah.
Nope. Like, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm a busy man. And guess what? She's not on Patreon. So I hope Crowdus schedules me to work tomorrow night and Wednesday night. And
That'll show her.
And she doesn't know. And guess what? She thinks I'm back. She thinks I'm back the day after Juneteenth. So I can't wait. That's going to be another like. I may have a mat night where I just down
this
up
is
on
like regular YouTube right now.
Hey, come on. Guess what? I hope she's watching. Probably not going to be back for a month. It's 50-50 whether I'm back for 3 weeks or a month. But
This is the part where I make a joke where I say she's probably got other Juneteenth plans for your
arrival. Yeah, me too. That's who's going to be driving the Explorer around while I'm gone.
Heard you need to ride, bro.
Yeah, dread. But anyways, yeah. So
if you're watching, up and the dog's already got a new dad.
Whose pitbull is this?
Or Stella.
She's already got 2 braids.
Yeah.
Did you go to Jamaica over the weekend or what?
I'm just gonna move into Jones's house. It's like dilapidated. He's like redoing. But yeah,
Hear me, by the way. Fuck it.
probably not gonna be back for the month of June. So if Uncle Dread is hanging out, just let me know so I can make sure to stay in California.
Well, I don't know, man. That's y'all.
Oh fuck.
I don't know. I'm actually. I don't know. I think I'm gonna actually miss my wife. So.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna pull a joke in on you real quick.
Sounds cool.
Women writers rule, dude. Are we out of fucking freedom ringers, dude?
Is there any more
cracked it.
Younglings?
Already fucking Yeah, I just cracked it. And I almost
Oh, you're good. There's any more of those?
No, I want to fucking.
Oh, you want one of those?
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking stay true to my. Are we not short hands arms? Both of us.
Dude, I got a belly, bro. It's cock blocking over here.
It's against the law to drink anything other than Bud Light on Memorial Day, I think, or Budweiser rather. Heavies
So-
or fuck off.
Me, the last 6 months, like me and my wife have had a rocky thing the last couple of months, but we've also gotten pretty close in some weird way. Like she's been battling with a lot of shit. She's overcame a lot of shit, and I don't know. Like we've become pretty good friends, if that makes sense. It's weird to say, like, because I think everybody starts a relationship as being pretty good friends with their old lady or whatever, but then you kind of veers here and there.
Well, if I need to clarify, I don't hope she gets beat up while I'm gone. I'm just saying I'm not playing the law like, oh, I miss you. Like, no, like, I don't know. We spend a lot of time together. We have a lot of, so it's one of those things like I'm just looking forward to being, I'll miss her, of course, but it's not to the point where I'm like, oh, I miss you so much. I'm going to come home. Like, or especially not like, you know what I mean? Like, well, it's like I've been gone 2 weeks. Like, I miss you so much. I'm on the fence. No, dude, that's.
Well, if you word it like, hey, I'm doing this. This is kind of like not a midlife crisis, but this is like a real midlife situation where like I need to evaluate what I want in life. And being on this trip, being out here, kind of, I think all of us. I know for a fact myself. I don't know about you two, but when I was 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, I didn't get a chance to live like a life really. I had a kid. I had a failed marriage already. I was trying to start a career. Like, I didn't get to go explore and see what I want to do in life or who I want to be. Like, none of that shit, right? So, and even though, like, I think I know what I want to do in my life as I fucking almost hit 40, I still want to see if this is going to be something like, oh, I want to see what this feels like. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's something I'm going to crave. I wouldn't say that it's not something I'm probably will never do again. I'm sure I will at some point, but I don't know. Like, I do enjoy my wife's company every once in a while.
Yeah,
no, I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. Like,
I know for sure. Yeah, no, I get it.
Like,
The way it was said, it was funny.
Not like, oh yeah, every once in a while she's okay, but no, like,
No, for sure.
I do. When, like, we usually have this time where, like, we kind of connect on a text, like, hey, let's not cook tonight. Let's go out. She's like, read my mind. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, those
It's a great
good,
feeling.
Yeah,
you know. Because when we cook, it's like we both fucking fart it out, and then we both take turns taking a dump, and then we both go to bed. That's pretty much how it works.
I feel like I lost a lot of my early 20s just playing Call of Duty a lot, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah, just being a dumbass as far as me, just being overextended with a car payment or something, just trying to keep up, living where I thought I needed to live to whatever. Like,
I
feel like I spent most of my 20s. It's not even that I didn't make decent money, but I feel like my bills were always like, I was just always in that like, the fucking rat race and looking, and I did the same thing. I smoked weed. I played video games with my buddies. I did what I wanted. Except traveling. Traveling was the one thing, but I didn't have anybody to travel with.
Yeah.
I didn't like traveling. Then for me would have been flying places and doing shit. And I was like, that's a bunch of small term sacrifices that I don't want to make to do something where, like I said, I didn't.
It helps when you have one more person
doing it.
Well, yeah, but I didn't. It wasn't like I had a chick or anybody pushing me to do with it. Like the buddies I hung out with, we were all local cats, and there was no like, let's do a guys weekend in Vegas or anything. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything where. So it was always just status quo kind of, and I just gradually made more money. My toys got bigger. My budget got a little bit, that kind of thing. But it wasn't until you guys, when it was really, and I say that, I take that back. The Seattle trip in like 2017, that was one of those like, what the fuck, dude? I make enough money now. I can go somewhere. I don't have to have a chick with me. Went and saw a band I wanted to see. Stayed in a city I'd wanted to stay in my whole life, for the weekend. Walked a bunch, like had a great time. And I'm actually grateful for that experience because I had people like older people that I worked with that were like, I can't believe you just travel by yourself. And my whole thing was life's too short to not do that. Like, what do I need to wait for a wife or whatever to go do this stuff? Like, why would I not? I'm personable enough. I'm not some weirdo. I can talk to people. I generally have a good time by myself. I'm that kind of person. Not everybody's like that. I get that. But I am that guy.
Yeah.
So then, dude, when I met you guys, it was just like gangbusters. All of a sudden, I met a bunch of dudes just like myself, and it almost even freed me up to be myself even more. Like the security blanket of like having dudes to travel with that I can. And I'm not the guy that wiles out so much where like I get arrested and shit. Like I've never been. Oh, all right, Jaden's a little drunk. You watch him, but it's never been like
we're not
a
the
pain
type
in
to
the
go
ass.
fight people.
Yes, exactly, and it's never been the point where my being wild has gotten the group held up or anything like that. It's always been fun, kind of lighthearted shenanigans that we've had a funny story to tell, whatever. And man, it's just I don't know. You guys are who I fuck with till the wheels fall off, man. That's just how it is now.
Fuck yeah.
How do you think we're gonna look when we're like in our 50s?
Fucking badass, dude.
Yeah, I'm
a couple years
Not
ago,
look, but like, how do you think this world's gonna look?
Hold on, dude. I'm gonna have a tough gut, dude. I'm gonna have a fucking fat ass beer belly, dude. But I'm gonna be swole as fuck.
I'm gonna say we did this like 2 years ago. We used that Snapchat app or whatever. We all age ourselves. We all look.
Dude.
I look badass. Like I'm already getting gray as fuck. I'm just gonna be white. I don't think I'm gonna get real fat. I may get fat here, but I don't think I'm gonna get fat here.
No,
so
that's what I'm
just gonna
saying,
be
dude.
white.
We're gonna get fucking San Quentin dad bods, as Trent would say. And we're gonna get fucking jacked, dude. We're gonna be cool as fuck.
I told you I'm starting to work out in September.
Yeah, dude. Perfect timing, dude.
So our buddy Ruben, Rue.
Yeah.
Some numbers after his name. I don't know exactly.
Rue,
what it is. Yeah.
Horrible Instagram name.
So yeah, exactly. Rue and some random numbers. But he'll watch this. He went down, and I saw him the other day doing those like from watching the Mayans, the St. Quentin push-ups. You go down, you bring one knee up, you go down, bring the other knee up, and you get up and do like a whatever the fuck that's called, and you go back. It inspired me. I was like, this guy just had a wreck, and he's like doing this, and my fat ass like every now and then walks and does like a stationary bike.
Yeah.
I got to do better, man. I got to do better. But
The times that I really want to work out or I really hate myself is the times when I don't have time to go work out afterwards. Like when I'm putting on my socks to go to work, I'm like, fuck, what, dude. You're just sucking in your everything in your fucking gut just to put on some socks.
All right, one sock down. All right.
so I can't give a
Go get a
shout
glass
out
of water.
to married dudes with kids or anybody that has like a family situation at home. I'm not ripping on the Shane Gillis YouTube special, but he does make a line about he moved home, he got milk fat again. That is a real fucking thing. Because when it comes to milk in the house, I'm powerless to it. I am if it's vitamin D, like whole milk, I'm like, oh, I can't drink that. Like I look at it like it's a Guinness sitting in the refrigerator or something. But dude, like 2% is my jam. For whatever reason, 2% of my mind, I still tell myself it's healthy. But I swear to God, you think I'm joking? I can drink a half gallon to 3/4 of a gallon, 2% milk in like a day, like not a day, like a 20, like an 8 hour, like I'm awake during this period a day. And it's one of those things, we recently started buying milk again. And dude, I fucking 10, 12, 13
We have
pounds.
nothing but almond milk.
I just kind of fucking puffed up, but I was drinking, like I get thirsty. I'm like, I'm thirsty, but I'm also kind of hungry. You know what sounds good? Milk and just...
Dude, when I was a kid and I would get lightheaded,
it
milk
blows
dude.
me up.
I don't know why I was getting lightheaded, but milk made me think it helped. It's probably because I drink too much milk.
I've broken up bones. Fuck my bones. They ain't getting no stronger. It is what it is. I'm on the
They
downside
made of glass,
of that.
boy.
So man, at this point, I'm just trying to drink water. Like I told Terrell, unless we meet, like at this point, don't even buy the half gallons because I'll see. I'm like, oh shit, we got milk. Okay, like buy literally like the gas station size servings and use it only for cooking because if it's there, I'll drink it and I can't.
Yeah.
It's like so much worse than an alcoholic and booze. Like,
well, I was always the same way with milk too. I would never drink a glass of milk just out of fucking.
dude,
The
I'm
wind.
hot.
I
like,
fucks with it.
Shit that doesn't make like people are like, oh, that's so gross. Like I will be hot coming out. I walk 2 miles. I'm hot, sweating. People come in and drink water, Gatorade. I'm like, I open the refrigerator, see that milk. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. I'm also kind of hungry because it fills you up. And just go to town, dude.
Like it's 1955 and
yes,
shit.
dude, yes. Absolutely. I love it so much. I can't help it. I can't help it.
When I met my wife, she was into almond milk because she's lactose intolerant or some shit like that. So
Yeah.
we started drinking almond milk, and I actually fuck with it. I don't drink a glass of the motherfucker.
Nah, it's a good mixer. It does not go down like
but
regular milk.
eating cereal, shit like that,
Right,
because we
right.
do like the unsweetened, like almond milk, tastes exactly the same to me. Honestly,
Well, because it's thick enough. That's mostly the
Yeah, it's thick,
consistency of it. 'Cause
yeah.
I'll make
I'll make white
protein
water.
shakes and cereal. Dude, I've even dipped Oreos in it just to see if it would see how it tastes. It's fine.
You went
as long
through
as
all
there's
the
something
tests.
else to override the actual taste of the milk, which it usually does anyways, it's fine. But if you do, I tried to drink a glass. I was like, this tastes like dog shit, dude. Like it's worse. But that was back when I was trying the keto, and keto worked.
yeah. But it's like that almond milk shit with the unsweetened. It's like very little carbs. It's pretty fucking good for you, man. Or it's pretty good on paper.
They've seen the Nacho Libre. I don't remember the exact context, but I know somebody brings something to him. And he like slaps out of their hand.
Get the corn out of my face.
Yeah, get that corn out of my face. I feel like that's me with almond milk. Like trying to bring that shop. Like get that shit out of my face.
So after this trip, man, you know, we get back from this this monster of a trip. You know, you were talking earlier about like what it looked like for you, like whether or not Sturgis was on the table. I know for a fact one of the main ones I'm trying to hit is the hometown rally.
That's my
and
only
doing
other
all that.
plan. That's my only other plan is hometown rally. The rest are just fly by wire. See what happens. Well, that's the wrong one that we use. Just play it by ear. Like,
Yeah.
if I can make it happen, I will. If not, it won't happen.
Same.
Fuck it.
That's the exact same thing for me. I can't promise hometown rally like I was promising a month and a half ago, but I'm going to do everything I can. Sturgis is way more of a coin flip. Probably not going to happen. I'm not planning on going to Sturgis, but if I can swing it somehow, absolutely. But hometown rally is the one that I want to get to. That, like I said, as soon as I get back from the trip, it's find a new full-time gig. Don't think it'll be that hard, and that's as part of the hiring process. I'm going to go, hey, look, I've got about a 2-week trip in the first 2 weeks of September. I'm gonna overbook it and just go. I want to make sure this is acceptable, whatever. Like, put me down now.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I really give a fuck about the rest of the year. Apologies to everything that I would love to make it to. There's a bunch of shit I want to make it to. The smaller over the weekend thing, the better.
Yeah, that stuff's gonna happen for me. I'm gonna do all the.
But I'm just in a situation where that's
down south,
southern roads, southern throwdowns, down south, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna try and make it, but that shouldn't be an issue. But as far as like the longer trips, it's just.
I saw a sneak peek of
down south shirt.
I saw a sneak peek today of the down south shirt. It's pretty fucking dope.
Craig posted it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
No,
yet.
he didn't post it. He just sent it to the
He
people
sent
that
it
matter.
to the ones that are important. You didn't.
Oh, that
it's
one.
the one I sent to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah, you
got it secondhand.
You didn't send
You're
it to me.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did. I sent it to you and Jones. I said sneak peek it down south.
See, fucking Jaden's leaking your secrets. Fucking Snowden over here.
I feel like
I think who was it? No, Jacob said it best. It's like, what did Jacob say? It was instead of Jay Snowden, it was
FASTLIFE Snowden.
No, it wasn't. It was like something leaks.
No, he had a great fucking one, dude.
I was probably working. You lazy fucks.
Jay Stradamus.
Jason Thomas.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I like it.
Well, it didn't really work. It worked. I love the.
I like the Chappelle one better.
Well, no. The only reason I say that is because Nostradamus predicted stuff, whereas Snowden leaks,
Chappelle one.
Snowden leaks
Yeah.
stuff.
Say the
So
Chappelle one.
I think Snowden fits better.
You can say that. White people can say that.
Oh yeah, but you can say it because it's not a hard R. No, you can. I can't.
Negrodamus.
Oh, he did it on camera.
Look it up. It's on Chappelle's show. It's a hilarious bit.
I heard if
Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney's a fucking genius.
I heard if your girlfriend's fucking a black guy, you can say it.
Oh, yeah. It's funny. Yeah.
He's not going to get a job next month because of that. We saw you on a podcast.
So the funny thing about that is tit for tat. I've recently learned of all the minority groups that come by Crowdus. Black people love me. Just like I'm the
Look at him, he loves it.
The last 2 days, as far as like just out front, like, hey guys, we got green tea shots, white tea shots, and mimosas all on special. The people that overwhelmingly actually stop and like, okay, what? Like, listen to me. Black people, for sure. Like the nicest, the coolest people. White people are the worst. They act like I'm asking them to show me their pussy or something. So they just keep walking like, yeah.
Would you wonder if they're the ones that keep answering these like student loan, car loan, or what's the phone calls we all get that are fucking horrible that somehow people keep
warranty?
I'm trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, like are they the ones like, oh really? What's that about? On the phone, like somebody's got to be answering the shit to make it work.
That's old people.
Yeah, that's I'm with Kyle on that. That's probably senior citizens that they do it because senior citizens are dumb as shit.
Yeah, they like lubies.
They are. They're so dumb. Old people are dumb.
Dude, you guys gotta start talking about Mark and and fucking. I'm gonna throw fucking my machines in there for no reason.
He's an old fuck too.
Donnie's old ass. I see him up there. I know he's in there.
He's been talking shit all night. Usually
He's probably too high to fucking know what we're talking about.
I can sleep right now.
Yeah, you're sleeping.
It's 8 o'clock, boy. He's down with the weenie dog. Out.
Oh, Donnie.
Donnie do.
Yeah, so the hometown rally, that's obviously...
Even if I can't make it, if I can interject real quick, the hometown rally, for anybody, if you wanted to make it to...
They're doing another industry party there at House of Harley for the hometown rally.
All right, well, there you go. If you saw anything about the industry party in December or whenever the fuck that was, January, and you didn't make it, like, oh, that looks fun, guess what? It was fun as fuck, and we didn't even ride. It was cold. It was kind of snowy. We Ubered everywhere. It sucked on that regard. All I wanted to do was ride that fucking city. And the only thing I give a fuck about the rest of this riding year is getting up there to ride around for that weekend. So if you're on the fence, if you're anywhere north of us, you're already closer. You're already winning.
Yeah.
Go to this fucking thing. It's gonna be badass. Like I said, I can't promise you the time that we always do at Sturgis. Hey, come to the
Days End.
Days in and fucking party. I can't promise you that, man. I may not be there, but I'm gonna do everything I can to be in Milwaukee that weekend. And we'll party there. But even if I'm not there, it's gonna be a great fucking weekend. And if you're not there, you're gonna miss out. So Midwest, everywhere that, like I said, if you're north of Texas, go to fucking Milwaukee that weekend. I don't want to say fuck Sturgis, but if you had to, I told you which one I'm putting on my I'm really pushing to get to list. So there you go.
Both will be great, but
I've said it before. The guys at House of Harley, Alex, Tommy, all those dudes, don't sleep on them, man. Like they're about to change shit up. And if you're not there, I think you're gonna regret it, because it's gonna be one of those you look back and go, "Fuck, dude, it started there," and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, kind of like the camp out each year. And they're making it a destination, man. It's not just the old guy. It's on an old timer place, Milwaukee. This is our generation, boys. It's on us, and
girls.
Yes, and girls. But at some point, it's us to get up. It's on us to get up there and show love and keep going. So
I'm excited. I got to bring this paint job that I'm doing for them back. So I don't know if I'll be able to bring my bike up there, but I would love to have my bike up there. I'll be honest with you.
I'm gonna try and knock it out. I have to knock out those stakes.
You of all people that know, if you're talking about the trip we're talking about and going to ride and stuff,
I don't think I'll be able to do that. The problem is I have this.
You'll be able to get a bike.
Hey, he started this. What?
Yeah, you did.
Well, the thing is that I was
planning on making a weekend trip, and all of a sudden I was like, I'm eating shit at home because I'm like, hey, Milwaukee. All of a sudden that may be like a week trip, and you may need to get ready to ride on the bike, which you're not gonna like. And
no, they're gonna fucking, because my chick's going too. They're gonna fucking
my wife wants to go too. I wish it'd be dope if she would drive and I could ride. That'd be dope, because I could bring the bike and the Jeeper. Because I have this whole bagger I'm painting for. It's literally the last paint job I'm gonna do out of the shop.
This paint job is gonna do at all.
You're not, dude.
No, he's gonna paint.
At some point, I'll get my shit together. You're gonna fucking paint a bike for me.
You got to paint Jaden's new Bolt.
He's. Hey, you guys! I knew I shouldn't say anything. Man. As I was saying, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna walk into the bear trap."
Yeah,
you got to paint this fuck's bike. You're gonna look like a black eye going down the road with that big black tour pack and his blue bike.
Oh no, that's getting painted by the fucking kids over at fucking some college. Possibly.
No, I have to. This is the bike that I've been on the books for them that I have to get done, and I need to bring it back.
The Barbie bike?
No.
Jake's wife?
No. I don't know what she's talking about.
No, you committed to it. I heard.
No, she just. She's persistent. She's persistent. But
so,
no, I'm going to bring the
cheerleader vibes.
Yeah, she's like, "Let's go," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. No, you almost had me." No, I'm gonna take this bike up there that we're gonna paint for them. They're gonna put it on one of the bikes to sell, unless somebody buys it before.
Right.
But yeah, I do want to take the bike up there because I would like to ride around and see some of that. I've ridden around Milwaukee, but I would like to go do some more shit. My wife wants to go back, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
I
think all our chicks are pretty well into it, but it's just gonna be with them coordinating as far as a way to get up there and back.
Yeah. Well, maybe if like her and Lauren wanted to ride in the Jeep and take those parts and then we rode, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I think they're kind of talking about amongst themselves a little bit. I think we're waiting to get closer to the date to really find out about timing wise.
The more people we can get because we could also do it house and that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if usually your boy gets like taken care of with hotels up there.
Right. No, I get
that.
But
I don't know if it's going to happen this time, so I might need to
hey guys.
Hey, I got an extra room over there.
Yeah.
So I can get up in this.
Yeah, I think that'll all get hashed out once we get closer to the date.
Still a lot to do.
I just want to knock off some of those Midwest states, man. That's my main. I mean, if we're gonna do this, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna do that.
Just for me, if we do that, if we ride up there, if I ride Iowa and Minnesota, then I'll be done.
Yeah, I still can ride West Virginia.
Yeah. I was planning on, when I go to Sturgis this year, I was planning on running up to North Dakota and just knocking it off.
Yeah, I always say that on the last 2 trips, and we never did.
Yeah.
But that'll be easy
one day
to knock it off. Yeah, I don't know. I think that my only other trip, I think, is I want to go back home on the bike. I haven't been back home on the bike, and that's only
still
a
wanna
fucking
do
9-hour
that
ride.
trip.
I mean, I talked to Chamberlain last time, and he was like, "Let's fucking
that's
go
what-
rip around fucking the back."
That's what I
roads
was
there.
talking
Fucking
about. Like
dope.
we should do is like as more of a quick,
I would say like a long weekend.
a shorter like weekend kind of thing or a shorter trip but long weekend where we can get some of the dudes that can't quite pull off the big trips that we do. Maybe we do a 5-day weekend to Missouri and go. Dude, there's nothing but great riding between here
And the
there.
cool part about that is there's plenty of places to stay, depending on who comes. But I mean, there's plenty of room there.
Dude,
and
no,
it's in like the
Kyle let
smallest
us
town,
camp out
way
at his
outside
house.
the fucking. Oh yeah, I know he would too.
Yeah.
My dad's house right on the street. I know my buddy Severin's right down the road from Kyle, and he's got fucking 300 acres of shit out there, and he'd
We'll be
probably
fine
one of
for sure.
But there's just the riding up there, just like a reason to go, just an off the beaten path kind of trip, you know. Maybe take a trip. Well, obviously, we'd probably take a little ride up to St. Louis, do all that shit, and then come right
I
back.
wouldn't mind doing St. Louis, and I still want to ride the Ozarks some. So
Yeah, you can knock it all in one shot.
yeah.
So
That's another change of plan. Remember how we were like busting Jones balls? Like, motherfucker, we're going to Kyle's house. It's like that was one of my, I didn't announce it, but that was one of my, I'd tell anybody, fuck off. Like, when you're ready to go to your place, we're going to do the St. Louis trip, stay at Kyle's, go see your dad. That's one of those things now. The closer we can keep it to a weekend, obviously the more on track I am. But
right. Well, yeah. It'd
at
be
that
like
point, when
take
we were
off
talking
a Thursday
about,
and take off a Monday for me and
yeah,
just do it.
And I was, but when we were talking about it, I was like, I've got all this time. So if you're like, you didn't stretch out at all, I was down to do whatever. Like,
Yeah.
that was probably my most looking forward to trip. Like nobody, because that was a personal, like,
And it was easy. So
I'm still looking forward to it, man. Like I said, it's just the,
it was all the other shit going on, and with us planning this big trip, a lot of that stuff, the little trips like that don't get hashed out till after the big trip.
yeah.
Because everything before it's fucking Daytona and all the other show down south, all that stuff leading up to our big trip, camp out.
And I'm still down for it, dude.
No, I know.
We've talked about this, but as far as anybody like listening, so the only reason I don't have a bike now is just because of the lack of the full-time gig. I'm not worried about getting one. The industry I'm in, like I said, unfortunately, it's part of the thing is layoffs happen, but at the same time, I've got tons of experience. I'm really good at what I do. I've got no problems getting a gig. And, you know, if it wasn't for the trip, if I didn't know you guys, I'd have got laid off that Tuesday. I'd have had a full-time gig by Friday. You know what I mean? I'd have been starting somewhere else Monday.
Take every opportunity
I just did,
to be free out.
So I'm not worried about when I get back. And literally as soon as, the way bike financing is, I could probably maybe now with a couple pay stubs from Crowdis.
Bro, just go to fucking
Maybe.
Cedar
But
Springs and fucking
I-
sell that little bunny hole of yours.
but
Dude, you have money for
But
a
the
bike
whole
in a
thing
night.
is, I want to get a new full-time gig first and use that income on getting, and it doesn't even matter what I'm making because I think I know what I'm gonna get as far as a new street bob, and it just is what it is. But that's
I'm pretty
as far as
excited for
the
that.
new
Honestly,
bike. When I buy a new bike, that's honestly, as far as anybody asking, that's what it's gonna be. I'm waiting for get back after the trip, start a new full-time gig, get life started, some semi back to normal, couple pay stubs, and then it'll be a one-way ticket to Milwaukee, buying it at House of Harley already, and I'll be flying back. What? Yeah.
wrong.
Tommy and his crew at House of Harley, Alex, all the badass dudes. That's where I'll be buying my next bike from and riding it back from Milwaukee to Texas. So it's just a matter of, like I said, getting back from the trip and getting everything.
If they can't make it happen, holla at your boy. Jaden's open. He's a free market free agent.
If not, I'll sell my butthole for it.
Well, shit, man. Dude, we're about to go on a trip, man.
What?
It's wild.
I'm excited.
With
In two days, dude. 2 fucking days. Well, a day for you. Oh, yeah, not 3 for
A
us.
day
2
and
for
a
you.
half for me.
Yep.
2 days for y'all.
Yep.
as much as, like I said, stress has been riding high in my world, and I was like, I'm not even gonna be nervous about this. Like, it's just stress. Fuck that, dude. The stress, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'll be fine either way about it.
Yeah.
But the nerve, not like the pre-trip, and they're not bad. They're good nerves, but my tummy's moving. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so excited.
I used to not be able to sleep.
And,
I used to not be able to sleep before a big trip. You know what I mean? And now, and I always I worry about that. Like, am I numb to it now? Like, I don't have the same excitement for the trip anymore because I'm fucking stoked about doing this.
I
Like,
think of the excitement. You just don't have the nervousness.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
probably it. 'Cause
You know what you're going to get into, and you know we'll find a way out of it. You know, if shit has to go the wrong way. You know,
well, I
which
don't
usually
fear
doesn't,
anything the
but-
wrong way. Like, I don't fear anything the wrong way. And I mean, yeah, I in the back of my head, there's that idea. Like, well, what if my motor blows like fucking and I'm out, right? Like that. I just don't think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
look, I've done everything that I could possibly do to make sure that that's right. I'm not going to be ripping willies anywhere except for Virginia Beach that time. But
what
at
do you
the
mean? It's an easy fix. The bike fucks up, you go to U-Haul and you go home.
well, I mean, I'm not worried about that. Like,
It's
I
just the
just
suckiness
it's
of
the,
having
Oh,
it.
it's
it would
the
suck,
end.
but to me that's the like I don't trust what you're talking about. I don't worry about that because my thing is the bike fucks up. I give every one of these dudes a hug and a kiss on the cheek. And I tell them have the fucking best time.
Yeah.
Have one for me everywhere you go. I load this motherfucker. Maybe get them to help me load it in the U-Haul, strap it down right. And I'm gone. And I'm going back to Texas. And I hope y'all have the best fucking trip. But
Yeah.
that's the way I would
Fuck
look
that.
at it. I'm not even worried about
I fucking
like
load the bike up and I follow this fucking trip around in a U-Haul.
or that. Yeah, that too. Like I'm not.
It just-
it depends on when it
Whatever
happens.
y'all-
All our shit's on your
Unload
fucking
all your
deal.
shit, dude.
Oh, dude,
Throw it in here.
I'll turn it into the chase vehicle if that
Yeah,
happens. Well, fuck
yeah.
that. We'll rent a truck and just.
It
we'll
would
do
still
the-
suck though to have to do it in a fucking, that.
But yeah, but my whole point is that this one we've done enough of them where I'm not nervous about like it's one of those things where if I know if I'm the weak link and that happens, I fucking bid you guys a farewell and I head home and
Kill
we meet
switch
up.
engage?
Yeah, we meet up at the house on the other side of it, and
Yeah.
I'm pulling for you guys. But
if it happens on the way out there, I'd fucking go to the nearest Harley dealership and see how long it takes to put a 131 in that bitch, and let's keep going. I'll catch up.
I'm excited, but like I said, it's one of those weird things that thinking about like how in the last 5 years how it's been for me because I started doing these big trips in 2015 and it was always like this and it's crazy is we used to go to San Francisco and back in like 9 days and 7 days. It was always
Brad and
yeah, back in the day when we were doing them, it was always like never 2 weeks. That was never on the table. But back then it was like we would have so many fucking nerves and so many like not necessarily like worried about anything, but like ready to fucking go,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's why I've always been one of those ones. It's like, okay, we're leaving Thursday. Well, I'm leaving Wednesday. I'll meet you guys somewhere. I'm so fucking ready because
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
how I get. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like I don't have a problem sleeping at night because it used to be like I would not be able to sleep if I'm trying to leave at 4 a.m. I know I need to go to bed at 8 or 9 or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like next thing you know, you got 2 hours of sleep and you wake up at 3 and you leave and it's a shit show. You know what I'm saying? So
I hate leaving early, dude. That's why I'm like glad. I'm like me leaving early is like, well, let's take an extra day on Thursday. I'll leave half a day early, and that's early.
Yeah.
That's early. I'm leaving early. And
So
I
I guess that's probably that's to that point. It's probably that's taking away that whole
Right.
early morning rip because the first trip we did when we did that trip on the wall, we all met in Decatur at I think it was 3:30 or 4 a.m. to go do that trip, and that's where that's when Trent his pulley bolts backed out.
Yeah.
When we got to Amarillo, so that was I mean I don't know.
that trip should have been
That was
9
ours.
dudes.
Trent was going to be on that trip, yeah.
I always
Yeah, it
forget.
would've been
I always
last
think of
year's
you and
trip.
me. I always forget that Trent was on that too. That should have been 9 dudes in that picture, not 6.
But yeah,
Let's take that one down and put a better one up.
that's the crazy thing is I do want to recreate that photo, but in order
Hey, you know
to do
what?
it,
We're gonna recreate it while you faggots are over in fucking California.
the problem
That's
is
gonna be so
that
sick.
we can recreate it, but we have to leave Twin Falls early
Yeah.
because we can all go down and do that, and then we can break off from that, but we would
That'd be
have to
dope.
leave early
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel.
because
I'm
from
still gonna hit it,
Twin
though.
Falls to for the route I'm going is a 600-mile day. To do that makes it about 650.
Yeah.
So in order to do that 650 miles is a 12-hour day on the bike. So, if we leave at 10 a.m. Twin Falls and then we go there, it's going to take 3 hours to get there. And then from there to fucking where we need to be is another 500 miles. Like, that's just gonna be out. That's gonna be a bitch
Yeah.
for us. But
Yeah, I will.
I do want to redo that picture.
Yeah. That's such a sick ass picture though.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And just the timing of it too, like with that guy being there. That's fucking awesome.
That's the cool thing about when you go to these certain places that are kind of, those places are highly photogenic. So
Yeah.
you're always going to find photographers in a lot of these areas. And same reason like how I found a photographer when they shot the one of me over there. It's these places photographers go to, and at one point they're just shooting the landscape. But then there's a couple cool bikes here, like, oh, let me take a picture of them. Like, that's something to put in the portfolio, right? So it's like, it sucks, but I wish that these guys are people like I know that dude. He's into the one that shot me with the FXR. He's here in Dallas, but he does a lot more commercial stuff for like guns and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But this guy, like, he didn't have an Instagram. You know what I mean? He just emailed us the photo, and like, I wish I could shout him out, or I wish I knew a website or something.
Yeah.
But not bad at all. All right, boys, Quaint Zone 7, I believe.
You guys done? I'm just getting warmed up on talking shit.
What you talk shit about?
Let's point our fingers towards the girls of this scene. The ones. I'm joking. I'm joking. You're all doing great.
Whew.
Oh man,
cleared that one. All right, but no, for real. Yeah, dude, we're about to hit the road, man. I'm stoked, and all you guys that like these lives, man, we're gonna be not doing lives for a whole month. So I hope you guys are okay with that. All 32 of you.
Have you ever done Instagram
33,
Live?
33.
I have done Instagram Live, but I always do it when I'm drunk and I don't know what to do on there.
Have you ever done one?
No.
I've never done one.
I feel like when I do an Instagram Live, everybody gets on like I have something important to say, and I just realize, oh, I'm fucked up. I'm like, I end it, and there's never a point. That makes
I may
sense.
try that. We may try that on the big trip.
On something like that.
Yeah, something like that where we'll like, hey, we're hanging out with Bruce real quick. Bet you dorks wish you had some fish like this. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. We may try.
That's
that
a story,
bit.
dude.
All right,
I'll do a fucking 3-minute video like I'm just eating them motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I would just like a way to bring people into, like I said, if nothing else, maybe it'd inspire people to go do a big trip, man. Get the fuck
hopefully.
away. Like,
we're definitely gonna be posting. I mean, I don't think Kyle will be posting anything, but we'll all be posting some shit.
Just tag
I'm
me
a
in it.
story
I'll
guy
share
too,
it.
dude. I can't hate on Kyle. Like
No, tag me and I'll share it. Yeah. Give me a post.
Oh, share Master Flex over here.
Dude, I'm a badass motherfucker at that. I just don't think about it. I'm just like so fucking. I zone out really easily. So.
Josh mentioned something earlier. Your hair does look cool.
Oh yeah, motorcycle dork.
You're,
Yeah, he did. Thank you.
who somebody
His
said
is
something
way better,
that
though.
somebody should have got a picture of him and Josh together at the
I found him at the camp
At
out.
the camp out. That would have been an epic. Talk about a sticker.
Would have been a
That-
great video is a slow motion video of them both back to back whipping their hair back and forth, slapping each other.
Or just doing that.
Or both back to
Circle.
back. They both turn around and see each other, and then they do something. Or I don't know. Just
Yeah,
make us.
lost opportunity there because I saw him that night. It was late as fuck though. I just like went up and tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, like we looked exactly the same.
That's a sticker I'd actually be happy to run.
All the mullets, the strongest mullets in the game right now in the bike game.
Dude, his is fucking strong. His is that one where you don't even gotta fucking put it up like I'm trying to do here with my fucking fine ass hair. Yeah. I say that mean like
he's
thin.
got good hair.
He just fucking goes up on his
It's just
own.
natural. Like
yeah,
he's
exactly.
got that Billy Ray natural.
Pulls. If you can pull your helmet off and you don't fuck up, like it's just fucking
Lands where it's supposed to.
yeah,
Yeah.
all fucking feathered out like Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah. Some folks will be at bike night tomorrow. Not sure if we'll all be there. A lot of us are not ready or we got shit to do. Yeah.
Yeah, prep.
So, Kenny, to answer your question, I'm going to try to be there. If nothing else, to meet up with a couple of dudes and give a couple things to people that may show up. But I will try to be at bike night. the dudes coming from further distances like Jace and Kyle, they may not be. I know we're all in like last minute pack mode, get the bikes loaded down, but I'll probably still be there. So come if you want. No worries if you don't.
Just go because there's gonna be people there. Like
there'll be.
Just
people
go to
there.
bike night. Like the Trey and
Actually,
Josh.
yeah.
Trey and Josh. If it's a nice night out, go to fucking bike night. There's no
Go to bike
you're
night
right,
every
yeah.
week. There's somebody
Yeah.
there.
I
There's gonna be
apologize. They're exactly right. Fuck us if we're not going to be there.
Yeah.
Go. You should always go to bike night.
Yeah, especially if it's nicer weather
Unless
out.
it's like raining, tornado warnings, some dumb shit like that. If it's
Drive.
a Tuesday and the weather's nice and dry, go to fucking bike night.
Yeah, it's easy.
Everybody. You're right. Sorry about that, guys.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you for watching, and hopefully you're following all of us. You're going to see all the shit we're going to be doing on this trip, and hopefully we do our due diligence of putting stuff out there for you to check out on this trip. It's going to be a big one for us, and I'm fucking stoked. I'm ready to, let's do this shit. So,
Dude.
we'll see you guys in July, motherfuckers.
Touche.
Everybody, Jaden, say your goodbyes.
I love you, motherfuckers. Bye.
All right, Kyle.
Fuck your life.